and I like caught myself going, "Wendy, Wendy,
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
truth?"
I know. It's like it's just a good tune, especially
It's
when you
fun.
get mad that she's just not arrested, and it's good to play. I thought we could play it, at some point. Maybe we'll take, like, a little break and play it. But your new mic sounds good.
Thank you. And I want to thank John Smith, Patriotic,
Yeah.
and Patricia Burns. I think that they're the ones who helped me today.
It sounds so clear. So is that the headset with a mic?
This is the second headset because
Yeah.
I got one 2 days ago, and then I had one of my kids inside, but it was a defective headset.
Mm.
Like, because the the right ear kept going in and out, and then there was, like, crackling, and, like, she was, like, like, putting in my chat what I was, like, trying to do, and I was like, "Okay." But
Yeah, it sounds really clear.
yeah, this was, like, one that was, like, a little bit more, like,
Well,
than the
it sounds
129, yeah, this one
it
was, like, a little bit higher in price, but
well, whoever told the other night to order the eye mask with the Bluetooth, I didn't know that that was a thing. It kinda is like a band, and it has the Bluetooth, so it plays you can listen, and it's got the eye mask, because I fall asleep in my AirPods, and it's not healthy. But I've ordered 2, and they're supposed to arrive tomorrow. I can't wait.
oh.
But I
Yeah.
kinda did what you did, like, I ordered a cheaper one and then a more expensive just to see what
Yeah,
works.
I do have some, like, real low tech, like, plug-in
Yeah.
headphones that I'll go to sleep with because I can't go to sleep with, my earbuds in.
Um, yeah, I know. It makes my ears itch, but anyway. But welcome everybody. So just had to share this photo. I had to go to the post office today, which I don't know. The going to the post office, I'd almost just rather get a root canal. But this lady in front of me was wearing these gloves, and I was just thinking, is she related to Charlie Adelson? Isn't that weird?
Oh, I didn't okay, so was that someone mailing something out? I thought that was the postal worker.
No, no, that's somebody they're mailing.
Oh.
Yeah, and I just thought it was
Oh,
strange.
no, that's why I said
Yeah,
I thought it was the postal worker because I could understand why they wanna wear gloves, right? Because people are
right,
bringing in mail that they've been touching,
right.
you
But
know,
yeah, she was an odd person. She was wearing like these slip-on shoes, and her heels were all cracked. She was elderly, but um for some reason my chat's not refreshing, but maybe it will eventually. Um all right. So, do you I know you said you know a lot about this case. So, do you want to plant the
Um,
foundation? I know
yeah,
a lot of people have watched this, but it's just too good not to rewatch. Go ahead.
I'm wondering okay, so I'm wondering why I can't put anything in the chat, like, normally I can, but there's this little button down there that says "Join the chat," and then it's asking me to says, "Connect your YouTube account to join live." Are they, like, not recognizing me?
Mm, so it should stream you live to your account too.
Yeah, I usually do that. Oh,
No,
okay, I'm not gonna worry about it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wait, there I go, there I go.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. So, Sherry Rasmussen and the conviction of Stephanie Lazarus. So, this was a cold case for 23 years.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and, they call it a love triangle, but I don't think John was ever in love with Stephanie. I feel like it was like a booty call is what I would
Yeah,
call it.
I don't think that Sherry thought there was any type of triangle, really. I
Yeah.
think that Stephanie in her head thought it was a triangle.
Yeah, there's no comparison between, like, their looks. I mean, Sherry was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Did you know that she was 6'1"?
No.
Yes.
Wait,
So
Sherry
John
was
y
or Stephanie?
no, Sherry, the victim, she was
Mm,
6'1", like,
wow.
tall, leggy, blonde, gorgeous,
Well,
and so
Stephanie had
John
to be
must have been
tall if she
yeah.
played basketball at college.
Well, yeah, so, John must have been about 6'4" or
Mm.
taller,
I've got
but
some good pictures of them. So,
that's good.
the best part is going to be when we get to her police interview. But Stephanie went to UCLA, and that's where she met John. And I put on here booty calls because, like, basically they just kind of hooked up. It was never like a committed relationship. Is that what you think too?
Oh, yeah, they were never in a relationship. It
Yeah.
was kind of like after hours, like, he didn't take her out in the public.
I don't know that I would have either. Um, and then she studied political science and sociology. And when she graduated, she wasn't sure if she wanted to go to law school or go to the police academy, but she chose to be a cop in LA, which is nuts. Okay, so I'm going to make the screen bigger for a second. So this is a photo that True Crime Wife, you got it off of Reddit, I think.
Mhm.
And somebody had clipped it. I edited it and they've circled like their dad was in Stephanie Lazarus's elementary class. And when True Crime Wifey texted it to me, I was like, oh my God, your dad went to school with her, but it wasn't her dad. So
No, not my dad. I saw it on Reddit.
yeah. But yeah, there she is. She was kind of a cute kid, I guess. Um So then Sherry was murdered in February of 1957. I mean, February of 1986.
Yeah, she was 29 years old.
Yeah, and she's beautiful. And like she was so smart. She skipped 2 grades in school
Mhm.
and was really advanced. And I believe it said she started nursing school at the age of 16.
Yeah, she graduated high school at 16, and then she completed college by the age of 20, and then she had her master's by the age of 23.
That's,
Mhm.
yeah.
And she was the director of clinical nursing at that
Yeah.
hospital by the age of 27.
That's Yeah, super smart. Have y'all ever seen the guy? I can't think of his name. He's an attorney and he's been a guest on different shows, but he graduated like Harvard Law School at 18 or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? He's out there in
No.
California. But like
No.
what I don't understand is even if you're that brilliant, how do you socially like interact with all these other classmates? You
I don't
know?
know, but everyone adored her, and they said that she was. I mean, most people said that she was, like, very communicative,
Hmm.
could talk to anyone. People just adored her. I mean, she did
Yeah.
training and I mean, she was training nurses that were, like, twice her age.
Mm. Well, tragic. And she's so I mean, there were so many photos I had a hard time choosing, but yeah, she was really athletic and yeah, kind of like what you were saying. It said that she was warm and joyful. She loved life. And she had 2 sisters, and her dad was a dentist. I mean, what is it with dentists and stuff? But
I know, and her mom ran the dentist.
right, her mom ran the practice, and apparently they were just amazing family. And her dad suspected Stephanie all along. And it turns out the detective says, "No, he never said that."
Yeah, Lyle Mayer. Lyle
Mhm.
Mayer was the lead detective.
Yeah. Um, so then so then she met John, who was Stephanie's friend from college, but, she met him they were at a social event in 1984, and then they started dating, and then they got engaged. And little Lazarus, Stephanie, was not happy, and she kept a diary. Like, have you ever kept a diary?
When I was, like, 9 or 10.
Yeah, I
But
think I had a
after that, yeah, I never kept a diary, like, in
Mm-mm.
in late middle school or high school. No way. I didn't want my
Yeah.
mom to read it.
I think mine was like Holly Hobby or something. But yeah, mine was probably mostly like doodling. And then Stephanie would like seduce John and they had sex like right before. So he cheated on Sherry and they had sex right before they got married.
Yeah, they had so I guess she beckoned him over to her apartment and
Hmm.
begged him, well, told first off, she, declared her love for him in between him getting engaged with Sherry and him marrying Sherry. And apparently he quote unquote relented and had sex with her for closure.
Men
Yeah.
thinking with the wrong head, right?
And then that's when Stephanie, like a couple days later, went to Sherry's place of work at the hospital in short shorts and a tank top and told Sherry that she had just slept with John.
Wow. Oh yeah, she went in there dressing like a hussy.
Mhm.
And then she said, if your marriage doesn't work, I'll be there to take him or something like that. So lots of motive. Do you
Yes, I have the quote. She said she said, "John and I are still having sex, and when your marriage fails, I'll be there to pick up the pieces." Sherry replies, "Your services won't be needed." Then Stephanie says, "If I can't have John, no one else will, including you."
Ooh, that's some fighting words.
Mhm.
So Pumpkin Porter asked, was Sherry's father still alive when they arrested Stephanie? I don't know the answer to that.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, yes, both Loretta and Nels Rasmussen were at the trial.
wow.
So the trial happened 3 years after this interrogation because she gets arrested the day of the interrogation,
Oh,
which is June 5th of 2009.
I can't wait to get there. But like she moved up with the LAPD. Somebody was looking out for her because I mean she was a patrol officer and then she got a really good patrol assignment. Then she got to represent LAPD on the Family Feud. So I thought we'd show that. Here, I'll link it. I'll
I
play it.
know, I wish I could find the whole episode.
I know it was like flashback from this host. That this is when Family Feud was good.
America's finest all this week on the Family Feud with the star of Family Feud,
Richard Dalton.
Don't let me down today. Got a lot of steakhouse. Capione. Many Dolaros right there. Thank you. Welcome to the feud. I thank you. I don't know if we've taped a lot of shows, whether I'll be walking out ever to say this again, but I thank you for being here. You're all wonderful. I thank everybody here at CBS who make it such a delight for us to come to work.
I think this was his last show.
And
Yeah, it looks like it.
Bruce is director, my son, who produces the show. And the greatest staff anybody could ever wish. I really thank each and every one of
That
them.
was Richard
Last day of
Dalton's son
Chester, I know somewhere you're saying.
that they just flashed off
Oh, yeah.
camera.
I'm going to do it. I just wanted to say that if this has to be the last show that I tape, I couldn't be in classier company.
Mhm.
This is the last day of our firefighters versus the police officers. They are an absolute delight, and so are you.
There she is holding that sign that says $25,980. And
Yeah, I mean, you can see her from a mile away.
yeah, and this is after the murder. I mean, this
Yeah,
was in
this is in
1994.
1994.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, how bizarre is that? What is it with these people on game shows?
Yeah, there's been a lot of murderers on game
Yeah.
shows.
Sarah Boone, Donna Adelson, Wendy,
Richard Ramirez, right?
Yeah.
Or the
What was the dating game?
oh, okay. I'm actually calling. That's not. It, they remind me of each other. It's not
Yeah.
Richard Ramirez. It's the other dude.
No.
Alcoa.
Mm. It's just weird. Is it like, I don't know, my comments are not feeding into my StreamYard. I'm not happy. Okay, I'll finish. I think they
I had the best time in the world.
we're close up.
Sweet Eddie, I thank you. My daughter, my wife, my 2 sons, I love. God bless all the little children in the world. Good night.
Maybe not.
Last day, classier company.
I thought he went up and talked to her.
Don't let me
Yeah,
down
there.
today. Our last day, gang.
Yeah, there she is. That's
These
it.
are arrows right there.
But that's it. Hey, back then they only had 4 people playing. It used to be 5, or it became 5 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a Family Feud connoisseur.
I love the Family Feud.
No, but now it's
I
gotten
always
all
answer.
raunchy. It's all.
I know. I
It's just
know.
like it's not family appropriate. It's everything is sexual. It
Right.
got to the point where we're like, well, we can't have this on with the kids here. I mean, it's awkward.
I know, and I'm really good at it because you have to think about what a majority of 100 people would say.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like my husband's like, they don't even really talk to 100 people. I'm like, don't tell me
Yeah.
that.
I wonder where they even interview them, like at the mall in LA.
In California,
Yeah.
in California.
Yeah, then she became okay, so back to Miss Stephanie. Then she became a detective and she was assigned to art theft investigations. And I heard an interview where they asked her, like, do you know a lot about art? And she said, no, I just know you hang it on a wall.
Right.
Wouldn't you think you'd have somebody who at least had some knowledge of it? And there was evidence missing from this case file.
Yeah, the first 3 months of the chronological notes for the investigation were missing when the cold case file detectives received the file.
Mhm.
And Sherry had been a detective in the Van Nuys division twice since 1986.
Crazy.
She definitely got rid of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure she did. And then, yeah, well, we'll get to it. So Sherry was murdered February of 86. She was 29 and she was found dead in her condominium, which her parents had bought for her. She was just very like well taken care of. John came home and found her, and it was an ugly scene. I mean, had she not only been shot, she had been beaten, bit. It was definitely a fight. And
And
now that
she
you tell me
fought for her life,
she was
yeah.
that tall.
She
Wow.
had, like, and her fingernails had busted off.
Mm.
The house was destroyed.
And
Right,
but the LAPD is trying to say it was a burglary gone wrong, even though nothing was missing.
No, there was, her jewelry was there, valuables,
Mhm.
cash, none of that was gone. There was stacked up, I guess, to make it look like someone was gonna take it, was a VCR and a CD player.
Oh my gosh. VCR back when they were like 2 pieces and weighed about 80 pounds.
Mhm.
But this bite mark was this is like the key, I think, to convicting Stephanie. Because back in 86, I mean, DNA wasn't like the testing and all wasn't where it is today. And they swabbed it, but there were just limitations. And so they couldn't do a full DNA analysis at the time, right? So science advanced. So this is just some pictures I found. This was outside the condo. And that was her BMW that I think John had bought for her. And he had like 2 car notes on it, but he would just do anything.
That's
for
actually
Sherry.
John's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the only thing missing when they found her dead was or the only things was the BMW, her marriage certificate,
Mm-hmm.
and her purse, they ended up finding it in a nearby garden,
Mm.
but there was nothing taken out of the purse.
Did they fingerprint? I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess she wore gloves. That's right. Lori Vallow was on Price is Right. Thank you, Carrie. I knew there was another big one I was missing. And then this was a picture of inside the house where you can see some cords. I think she had been tied or like choked with a cord, maybe.
Yeah, there was ligature marks on her wrist. She had been bludgeoned in the head. She had severe injuries to her face. One of her eyes was completely beat in.
Mm. That is pure rage. And it's crazy that we're going to talk about this because like Michael McKee, I guess we're going to find out more and more about what he was doing stalking wise to Monique Tepe, but it's really scary. Jack in the Forest. I think the game show is because narcs seek attention to preen their feathers in public. Yeah, to display, perform, showcase supposed skills, smarts to attract partners or a network of supporters. I mean, I agree. I think there's something to it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think
Yeah,
it's
and
a coincidence.
well, and Wendy tells her like Wendy lets every man know watching that show is that she's a contortionist.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is
Yeah.
so sexual.
Yeah. And that she wanted to be a giraffe.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody read this book, The Lazarus Files? Have you read it?
No, I have not read it. I only listened to the sample that was
Yeah.
5 minutes. I didn't have a
So,
chance to I didn't even know about the book, actually. I didn't have a chance to
yeah,
even but it is on, they do have it on Audible.
Audible.
Mhm.
I might have to do that, especially now with my new sleep mask Bluetooth earbud thing coming. But did you know 3 years after the murder, Matthew, the author, reports that John and Stephanie went to Hawaii,
Yep.
and that before he went, he reached out to that detective and mayor and just said, I just want to be sure that, she's not a suspect. I don't know. It just gives me like a weird feeling.
Yeah, like why, because I know that,
Mhm.
both you and we had, which I think that watched, Paul, like, reporting live from the sofa.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's
he did,
hysterical.
yeah, like, 3 years ago, he did this.
Uh-huh.
I feel
Yes.
like I've watched him before,
Mhm.
but maybe I was just listening to it, and I don't really remember the book, but he's like he is like, if you have to call and ask, like, isn't that a red flag?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like there's obviously something telling you. Yes. So Sherry was murdered in 86 and they went to Hawaii in 89. So I believe if you're in California, taking a trip to Hawaii is kind of like people in the South going to Florida. Um,
Okay.
But then nothing really happened. John then married somebody else, started a family, and Stephanie married a police officer, and they had a daughter. So I think it's wild. I feel like, in my opinion, this is just me, that Stephanie like wanted to go and have sex with John so that she did that after, Sherry had, right? Because then Sherry was dead. And then it was
Mhm.
kind of like the chase was over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she felt like it was completed in my mind. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, she
Yeah. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna read that LAPD investigation of this case. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
I'm pro police, right? But,
Mhm.
like, the LAPD, I don't know if, Lyle Mayer just had tunnel vision
Mhm.
and refused. I mean, because he even told her father that he was watching too much TV.
Yes, like Law& and
'Cause
Order
her
or
father
whatever.
didn't know her name, but
Mhm.
John told Lyle,
Mhm.
Mayer, the lead detective, that he had dated Stephanie Lazarus.
Well, I think, yeah, what, her dad had said was, "You need to check into his ex-girlfriend," because Sherry had told her dad, like, I just feel like she's, oh, I can't remember the word. Like she was
Well,
scared of her,
yeah, Sherry was
stalking her.
stalking her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sherry would show up at the grocery store, um, all kinds of I'm sorry, Stephanie would show up where Sherry was, like at the
Mm-hmm.
gym, the grocery store. She appeared like Stephanie broke into their condo and
Mm-hmm.
was sitting on the sofa when Sherry walked down the stairs one day.
Oh yeah,
She
that's
was in
right.
her police uniform, and
Scary.
Sherry's like, "What the heck?" And Stephanie goes, "I'm waiting on John." Sherry's like, "Get out of here." She literally broke in her home.
I wish she had reported that. I mean, I don't know if it would have changed anything, but Top Cat, this is a good comment. She wanted to disfigure Sherry because she was jealous of her looks, in my opinion. I think
Exactly.
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know, like, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I had texted Leslie today and I was like, she's a butterface. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard that term, a
Yeah.
butterface. Like, she
Yeah.
was fit and athletic and, played basketball. So, everything looks good but her
But
face.
her face. So we used to say butterface, but I've also heard she was a double bag. Have you ever heard that term? Where one bag for her and one for him.
Oh, I've
Oh,
always heard like one paper bag and the lights off.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
No, I know it's funny. I know, Ruth
But
Ann,
I
it's
mean, compared to
crazy.
Sherry, that she's an ugly duckling, and she does remind me of Howard the Duck.
Yeah. She's just unfortunate, but I guess she used her I can't even call her like sexual. I don't even know what to call her.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
sure she had a very great shape,
I don't
a
know.
great body.
I don't know how to say this. Um I don't sometimes women athletes, they're
Or like
not
too
they're like
bulky.
softball, like softball players. They're kind of masculine. And I'll just leave it at that. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. So cold case. It was a cold case for over like 23 years. And yeah, the LAPD stayed firm that it was a botched burglary. And even John had said he mentioned Stephanie. Yeah. And then I put in there that they went to Hawaii. Sorry, I was a little behind in my little presentation here. So then there were improvements in DNA technology, and a cold case detective came on the scene and was going through the case file and is like, "Where is this swab where they took the bite off of Sherry's body?" And luck would have it, it was in the coroner's freezer. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, I think that it's damn lucky that it was in the coroner's freezer because I think
Right.
if Stephanie would have been able to find it, she would
Mhm.
have been able to destroy it.
Right. So you do
Because there
wonder.
was a lot of other fingerprints and all of that stuff was destroyed.
Right.
She had access to evidence
Mhm.
in the Van Nuys division. She was a
Yeah.
detective twice in the
Yeah.
23 years in the Van Nuys division. Because
Right.
I don't necessarily think it was a conspiracy with LAPD. I just think that Lyle Mayer, like, had tunnel vision and because there's one part of this interrogation where they ask her if she ever talked to a detective, and she's like, "No, no, no," and then they keep asking her, and then she's like, "Well, wait a minute, I might have talked to a detective." So, I
Mhm.
almost wonder if he had, like, a little side convo with her.
Well,
Like
and I
like
wonder too if he's like, "It can't be one of our own. That's a
Right,
bad
and just
look."
be like, "Hey, Stephanie, hey, you know this guy? Da da da,
Yeah,
oh, okay, I'll just" but we
right.
don't know what he jotted down or what he did those first 3 months because all of those notes and everything in the file was gone by the time the cold case detectives got a hold of it.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Spacey Dove, you're funny. Off topic, what is the story with George Estrada's teeth? He can afford some cosmetic dentistry. We're all wondering. It makes no sense. But again, it's that Wendy thing where she looks better, you know,
Mhm.
when compared. Okay. All right. So They got a secret DNA sample of her. They were watching her, and Stephanie was at Costco with her daughter. And you know, you can get like a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. I'm just saying you can, or maybe it's $2.50 now. But she threw away her cup and straw in the Costco trash can, and they got it out, and that's how they
Yeah.
got the DNA sample.
Yep.
So you never know. All right. So, are y'all ready to watch her police interview?
It's gonna be funny. Are you gonna pause it here and there? Because
Yeah, I
I'm
will.
gonna feel like loophole lawyer, like Miss Judy,
Yeah.
and then she has to pause
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Please call me Miss
I
Leslie.
I
Okay.
won't. I know. I'm just kidding. I won't interrupt you as much as he interrupts her.
No. Um,
And thank you everybody for being here tonight. I see a lot of
yes.
people in chat.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all. And I'm sorry I didn't even like do a whole intro. I'm just like, oh, the whole gang's here. Hold on. Do y'all want me to turn on closed caption? Yeah. And special thanks to Murder by Maestro, who told me that you can move the captions around on the screen. I had no idea. But yeah, I'll pause it every now and then. Oh, wait. Jim, that is so kind. What did you say? This is an interesting reprieve from 11 Years Waiting for Wendy and the shocking cruelness found in Rotten Mango. Yeah. Yeah. We have to do some other things. So here we go. I'm going to play it, but I'll pause it every now and then. Oh,
Okay.
I need somebody to keep score for when she says it's been a million years.
Oh.
So if somebody who wants to volunteer to keep score, and when she says, geez, because
And then I have to check my pictures.
yes. Yeah. So I need y'all to keep
And I
score.
don't remember.
Yeah. She has a very selective memory, like somebody else we know. So, all right, here we go. And just real quick to say this, the detectives that pulled her in to talk to her, they were working like across the hall from her. So
Her husband
this.
was a detective in the robbery homicide division with them.
Wow.
Because so the cold case guys were oh geez, I'm sorry. Oh geez.
Oh geez, yeah. Oh geez.
It was the cold case guys were the Nuttall and Barba,
Yes.
but they basically pulled the case together, but then they gave it to Dean Jaramillo and Greg Stearns, and those are the two people who did not know her, but they worked with her husband, and they are the ones who are going to interview her here.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
here we go.
All right.
All right. Correct. They already had her DNA. They knew. They told her she was coming to interview or talk to them about some leads they had in on art crime. She was a detective.
Yeah, and they got her in like the jail part of the building
That's
because
right.
they could get her disarmed because you
Correct.
can't bring in a weapon.
Yes, that's right. They didn't want her armed. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's very kind. John, we haven't.
I'm not sure. Stephanie, I don't know if you know my partner. Or... Hey, great.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Shit. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I cussed. So sorry.
This up. Well, have a seat. What this is I didn't want to bring this up in your squadron. Oh, no, it's fine. I think we're good.
You're gonna bring somebody in, right?
Yeah, well, I can explain the whole thing too. I didn't want to talk about this in the squadron because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, everybody's always wondering what everybody else is doing.
No problem.
Okay. But we're talking about being busy and stuff. We've been assigned a case that we've been looking at. Okay. It's a new case, and as reviewing the case, there's some notes to see that as far as your name being mentioned.
Okay.
Do you know John Rutten?
John Rutten?
Rutten. Right.
Oh yeah, I went to school with him.
You did?
Yeah.
How long did you know him?
Gosh, I went to school in let's see, went to UCLA in 1978. I started and you know, met him at
It's estimated they had sex like 40 something times in college. And she's like, oh yeah, I knew him.
school at the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Were you guys friends, close friends?
yeah, we're very close friends. I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's a case we're working on. It involves John, and in there, some of the statements we reviewed, there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we good friends. Lived in the dorms I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
You guys lived in the same dorm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dykstra.
Okay. Were you guys just friends or anything else, or?
Yeah, we were good friends.
Yeah. Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated. You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's relating to his wife.
Okay.
Okay. Did you know her?
Not really. I mean, I knew that he got married years ago.
Did you ever meet her?
God, I don't know.
Do you know who she was or anything?
Well, let me think. God, it's been a long time ago. I may have met her. Geez, you know.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. You said you dated John. How long did you guys date?
I mean, what are you guys? Is this something? I mean, you said I was going to interview somebody about art, and how you guys are.
Here's
I mean,
Stephanie, here's the situation. It's basically, we knew that this, when we saw this in this chrono, that maybe, there was some relationship there. That's what the chrono seemed to indicate. And we didn't want to come up to you at your desk and ask those kinds of questions or do anything. You know how up there people can see what's going on if you go into an interview room or people are in there getting supplies.
Okay. I mean,
so we wanted to afford you some privacy, some confidentiality to talk about this, because we thought it might be, something, you're married to someone else, obviously, and so forth, and that you may not want to, talk about these things in that setting where someone, we don't want the rumor mill or gossip or any of that kind of stuff
I mean,
to start.
that's fine. I mean,
So we did this just as a means to try and speak to you in just a confidential place where where your business isn't out there for other people in your division to know about.
God, that's been a million years ago. I mean, what year is it now? 2009. I mean, I graduated in 82. 82, yeah. We dated. I dated other guys. I'm sure he dated other girls.
Well, let me ask you, roughly, how long would you say you guys dated?
Oh, geez. I couldn't even say. I mean, I started school there in 78. I started UCLA in 1978. I graduated in 82. I don't even remember what year he graduated, if it was a year or two before me.
Okay.
I think he was a little bit older than I was. I mean, I can't remember if he was born, let's see, I'm born in 1960. I don't know if he was born in 58 or 59. I mean, I knew his parents, I knew his sister, his brother went to Northridge. His sister had spent the night at my house before. Obviously, I spent the night at his house before. He probably spent the night at my house before. Well,
correct me if I'm wrong, because from what you're telling me, is you guys dated while you were in college together, right?
Yeah, and probably after college. I can't. Geez, trying to think when I met my husband. I met my husband in. When did I meet Scott? Let's see. I was teaching DARE because I met Scott when I was teaching DARE up in Oregon. But we had long stopped, dating before that.
So you haven't talked to him for a long time?
Oh, I think I haven't talked to him in a long time. I couldn't even tell you when the last time I talked to him. I met Scott, I'm thinking in 92 maybe, April of 92. It was
Scott being your husband.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was teaching DARE. Let's see, what year is this? We'll be married. I got married in 1996. I think I met Scott in 92. Prior to that, I couldn't tell you how long I had talked to John prior to that.
But since you met your husband, Scott, you hadn't talked to him?
Okay, so yeah, y'all are saying, I mean, is she crapping her pants right now? There's no other way to say it.
Yeah. She's like, "What's this about?"
Yeah. I mean, she's freaking, but trying to remain cool because she knows. I mean, she knows. Like, she's a detective. Look at her face.
I know her facial expressions are
Yeah. But I've already heard G's, and that was a long time ago, but she has very selective memory. It's amazing how people that murder people just don't remember things. It's
and
amazing.
who doesn't know what year you met your husband?
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of like,
She's a cop. She's
right,
supposed to have, like, better memory than, like, your average bear.
right. Just like, Miss Adelson, when did you meet Dan Markel, or how old was he when he died? Let's see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he may have called me once or twice before we got married.
Right.
You know, geez, I moved to Simi in 1994 because I lost my house in the earthquake.
Oh, really?
Quite honestly, I probably keep in contact with a few people from the dorms. We all lived on the 10th floor, and there's about 3 or 4 people I keep in contact with. There's probably like 6 or 8 of us that were all really close.
And who are those people?
Oh, geez, Diana Basta. The people I still keep. I haven't been in contact with her in a long time. I mean, what's this all about? I mean,
Well, let me ask you, what ended the relationship between you and John?
It was kind of a weird relationship. I mean, we dated. I can't say that he was my boyfriend. I don't know that he would consider me his girlfriend. We dated. We did things. I played sports in
Yeah, we did things. We played hide the sausage.
college. He played basketball. His brother played basketball. We just, it just didn't work out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It was like I went out with other guys, saw other guys, and went on lots of vacations.
And once you guys split, were you guys still friends, or kind of,
I mean,
problems? Is it friendly, not friendly?
no, I don't think it was not friendly. I mean, we were friendly. I know that we went to Hawaii at one point. Another
I know. I'm really sorry. That was crass. I'm going to be quiet now.
friend of mine who's actually dying right now went to Hawaii with us at some point.
Remember roughly when that was?
Geez, let me think. I'd have to check my pictures, or I'd say I'd ask Greg, but my friend Greg is like dying of liver cancer right now. Yeah, I mean,
That so reminds me of Wendy. My friend, yeah, she's got 3 master's degrees. Yeah, like just extra info, but she's got to add in, oh, my friend's dying of cancer.
Yeah, well, she's also trying to play victim. So she
Mhm.
says, like, when I lost my house in the earthquake, and oh, my friend's dying, and then she also has to let them know that she taught Dare, right?
Oh, that's right. Yep. Dare. That's exactly right. She looks like a prisoner in that denim shirt.
And you were saying that
it's 2009 now.
had you ever met his wife?
I may have.
Do you remember her name or anything, or? Or what she did for a living, or where she worked, or anything about her?
Well, I think I'm going to say that I think she was a nurse. Man, I can't even remember how he said he met her. I mean, I mean, it's been so long ago.
Well, let me ask you, did you go to their wedding,
No, I didn't go to their wedding. No, did not go to their wedding. Couldn't even tell you what year he got married. I mean, it's.
I bet she wasn't invited, I'm sure. And she probably was sitting outside stalking, like smoking a cigarette, waiting for them to walk out of the church. Don't you imagine?
Or eating Taco Bell in her car.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my.
Crying.
Right? Uh, Haven't we all had an ex that you looked up stuff? And if you say no, you're lying.
Been a million years ago.
Do you ever remember if you ever talked to her? Because it seems like a lot of you who were at, at the school at UCLA, you guys kind of were friends during and after school. So I don't know if you guys still associated afterwards once he was married or anything.
With him?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I would say, the people that were on the dorm floor, we'd have get-togethers. There's probably like 4 or 5. I don't think he ever came. Yeah, I don't think, no. It was mostly girls. A girl named Smita, Diane.
That's a great point. Coercive control is a crime. She can remember the floor she lived on in college, but a big altercation at the hospital, no memory. And now she's naming off the people that lived on her floor. I don't think I could do that at all.
There's 2 Dianes, but the one Diane, I don't think she ever came. I kind of lost contact with her. We were good friends on the floor. Yeah, I mean, I don't, again, I mean, what, I don't understand why you're talking about some guy I dated a million years ago.
Well, do you know what happened to his wife?
Yeah, I know she got killed.
What did you hear about that?
I saw a poster at work. I'm sure I spoke to him about it. I think I spoke to another friend of his about it.
And how did you first learn about that?
Jeez. Someone could have called me. I could have heard it
Yeah, because I did it. Yes, Lolly. That's correct. Lolly Anna.
at work. I think at one point there may have been a flyer or something. I know a good friend of his.
Were you on the job back then when that happened?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm sure I was on the job. That's why I would have heard about it with the flyer. He had a good friend, Mike Boldrick, anyways, he may have lived in the dorms. I don't remember if that's how I met him.
It's Mike Gorda.
I may have talked to him. I mean, I don't remember how I heard. I mean, I don't even remember what year it was.
And you think you said you thought his wife was a nurse. Do you have any idea where she was working at the time, or did he ever mention that to you? Was it a hospital or a doctor's office?
I'm sure he must have mentioned it. Now that you're bringing that up, I think she worked at a hospital somewhere. And yeah, I may have met her at a hospital. I may have talked to her once or twice.
At a hospital?
Or more.
But being that you're kind of used to see John, was everything okay between you guys? I mean, there was never anything uncomfortable or anything between you and her?
I don't know. I mean, it's been so many years. I mean, uncomfortable. I mean, I can't even remember if we had a conversation. I mean, I may have seen her at his apartment. Geez, how many years ago was that? I don't even know what year she, got killed.
Where was his apartment?
On Roscoe.
Okay.
Yeah, Roscoe and east or west of DeSoto. Either east or west of DeSoto.
Do you know where he moved after? Did he move after he got married, or do you know? Or
I'm sure he did.
Did you know where he was living, or
somewhere in the valley?
Did you ever visit him and his wife?
No.
No, never went out to, get together, dinners, anything of that nature?
No. Like I said, his sister used to come over. His sister had come to my place. I knew his brother because his brother played basketball at Northridge. In fact, I was just coming across some pictures that I had just scanned from. I take a lot of photos, like 10,000, and I just did a service where I scanned everything. And I'd seen some pictures of his brother playing basketball.
You just put them all on your computer so you could have them accessible and do things with them?
Well, my partner is a big photo thing, and he had a deal to scan. So I spent a ton of time just scanning photos. I mean, I paid a company to do it. So I've got photos of, his brother, his sister,
10,000.
She pays a company to scan photos.
She has so many.
Yeah. I do remember those days though when you would like go and get a roll of film developed and then you would like just scan it. It was like a whole deal to be able to email a photo. It's crazy.
And to answer Cat Ride 3, she was in law enforcement before the murder and after the murder.
Hmm. And she reported the gun stolen.
Yeah, it's like 13 days after she murdered Sherry.
Hmm.
And she reported it to the jurisdiction that she lived in, and she never reported it to her actual police, like her actual section of the police department, which is what you're supposed to do because that was her backup gun. And she had acquired it from the LAPD. Like you can purchase it from the police. It was a Smith & Wesson model 4938 revolver.
Ooh, look at you knowing your guns. Okay. All right.
1,000 pictures?
Oh yeah,
How long did that take them?
months.
Now, what do they do? They put that on a? I'm just curious
they-
myself.
a
Do they put it on?
DVD,
They
a
get the all on one DVD? They don't need like a hard drive or anything?
No, there's like, I think 11 DVDs. Yeah, I don't even have time.
Oh, it's a series of DVDs that they put them on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got.
I'm not that familiar with computer stuff,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's why I was asking.
It's like 11 DVDs.
Oh, okay.
So, I haven't had a chance to go through them. You could go through and pick which ones you don't want. I don't have time to do that.
Right.
So like you said, did I, I don't think we ever socialized. He'd still call me. I can't say that I would. I mean, if he's married, I don't know that I would have called him. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. It's been a million years ago.
How long was John married before his wife died?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
And after his wife died, did you talk to him again or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I did talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Will you pause
I
it?
talked to him, probably his parents.
Hey, Jack in the Forest. I know that Leslie had mentioned that it's like her StreamYard is like kind of a lot slower. So I'm
It
like looking
is.
at it on my phone. I just want to let you know that, oops. I don't know what just happened. My laptop's about to die. Yeah, it was plugged in. That was weird. The murder of Sherry Rasmussen occurred in 1986, and this is Stephanie Lazarus. She was arrested for it, and she was arrested 23 years afterwards. So I don't know if that helps.
Thank
This
you.
was her, and yeah, Sherry was the wife of a guy that she hooked up with in college.
Yes.
Okay.
And she was jealous. And Sherry was beautiful. And yeah, for some reason, like my comments are like they come in spurts. So I apologize. It's just, I don't know, technology.
Probably some other friends. I'm sure I talked to him.
Yeah.
But you're not sure where he moved to after he got married?
No idea. I mean,
Never went over to visit him or
I don't think.
meet
I
his
mean, I
wife
don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I did. I know he lived on Roscoe for a long, long time. I may know. I mean, he may have told me where they lived, somewhere in the valley. I mean, he may have said I lived over such and such, but I couldn't tell you specifically where.
But you don't remember specifically ever going over to visit him or visit them and wherever he moved when he left Roscoe?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't think so, but
okay.
I don't want to say no, I don't think so, and then he says, oh yeah, she came over for something, dropped something off. I don't know.
So if you did go over there, just be like a quick thing, like you're saying, drop something off, or
maybe.
But you don't remember as far as like going there to have dinner or like a social, anything at the house party?
Well, if you guys know something, I can't. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, but
after John's wife died, you said you may have been talking to him. Did your relationship start up again?
I would say no. Again, can you give me a year? I mean, this
Well,
is like 2009.
She died in 1986.
Yeah, I think it was 86.
1986.
Okay. Like I said, I'm faintly remembering that I went to Hawaii with my friend Greg. Greg and I got certified for scuba diving. And I'm thinking that John met us there, meaning Greg and I. That could have been. I got certified toward the end of 88, or I mean, 88, 89. Because I got recertified again, and it had been like over 10 years. So I got recertified. My husband and I got recertified. And I'm pretty sure that John met us there. Again, I'd have to tell you what year it was. I'd have to look at my pictures. You know, and other than that, I can't even say. He may have called me, you know, at my home. I may have called him. I don't think he got together with our group.
I don't think after his wife's death.
Or even before, I don't. You know, we went to weddings together. You know,
Did you?
I got pictures. Like I said, I couldn't tell you years. It's been a million years ago.
After he got married or whatever, were you dating anybody in particular?
And that was what year? 1986, you said?
I think he got married in around 85, 86, something like that. Were you seeing anyone seriously, or?
God, I couldn't say. Geez, I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, I dated a fireman.
What was his name?
Mike Arndt. And I'm trying to think.
Was he LAFD or?
He was LAFD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think when I went. I probably met Mike. I went to Devonshire. Let's see. I left Hollywood in 80. I worked Hollywood 84 to 85, I think. And then I went to Devonshire, and that's when I met Mike. And some other firemen. And
what, the station next door?
No, actually.
Because I used to work Hollywood, so I just wonder if it's the station next door.
It was when I worked Devonshire, I met Mike.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm trying to think. I went to Devonshire in 85, and I'm thinking that I would have met him probably sometime shortly after I went to Devonshire, because I actually met his buddies at a fire. And then Mike and I dated, you know, just really kind of casually. And we remained good friends.
You still in touch with him, or?
Unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh, really?
He died he had a car crash. He did race cars, and he went heading into a wall. I couldn't tell you what year that was. But he passed away. He was in a coma, and they pulled the plug.
Right.
Seems like, anyway. So, you know, I couldn't even tell you what year. I'm thinking I went to Devonshire in 85, and I know I met the guys because it was kind of a funny incident of how I met them. And that's how I remember it was sometime probably 85.
Right.
You know, if we specifically, I don't even know if they remember. The other two are now married to somebody else because I kind of, all three. I mean,
did you kind of socialize, like when you were out with Mike? Did those guys come out with you too? Was it kind of like, did you do stuff with his friends? Or?
Well, there were three. There was two firemen, Eric and Gary. I met them first. Then they introduced me to Mike. So that's how I met Mike, and Mike and I dated.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not, I wouldn't even say, I couldn't even tell you for how long, because then it would say we decided, you know, it wasn't working out, and we'd be better friends. And you know, he introduced me, I think, to some other guy who now is on LAPD, Randy Cordobas.
I don't think I know
He's a
him.
detective. He's got a twin brother who's on the fire department. That's how I met Randy.
Stephanie got around.
He had a twin brother, identical twin on the fire department.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because
Like she's dating, so when she says dating, it means sleeping with. And she's talking about like firefighters that are on the same squad together.
Right. So can we just go ahead and say that was probably the whole fire department?
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Butterface.
Wait, you would
I
Yeah,
dated
Butterface.
him when I couldn't tell you. It was before he came on the job.
before Randy came on the job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that was, I'm trying to remember if Mike may have.
I wish these detectives had interviewed Wendy.
Oh my God, they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mike may have dated a girl that he dated. Oh, God, it sounds too weird. Randy may have dated a gal that Mike was dating, and then Randy broke up with that gal. I couldn't even tell you the gal's name, if I'm even thinking of the story right. And then I started dating Randy.
Yeah.
Oh. So again, I mean, not like I was a huge floozy or anything, but
No, but
you know,
I mean, a lot of times, right? At least from my female partners that I've had, it's hard dating guys that aren't involved in kind of our circle, right? Because some guys are intimidated by, women police officers.
Randy was like an engineer at the time. He was like some kind of an engineer.
On a rig, on a fire truck?
No, an engineer.
A professional engineer.
Yeah, and then I think he lost a job and then came on the department.
I see.
So.
Getting back to some stuff, as far as you recall, after John's wife died, did you start a relationship again with John, or dating casually or anything like that?
Like I said, he met Greg and I in Hawaii. Okay.
That was something you guys kind of planned together, like go as a group, or you ran into him, or?
No, I think that obviously I must have talked to him, and I said, hey, I'm going to Hawaii with my buddy Greg. We're scuba. We just got certified scuba diving. We're going to be in Hawaii. Hey, if you want to come and join us, come join us.
Right.
And I think that's what it was. Okay. I may have asked some other people to as well. What island did we go to? I think the Big Island in Kauai. He either met us on the Big Island or Kauai. I'm thinking of Greg and I might have scuba dived a lot on the Big Island, as well as Kauai. I don't remember which island. Again, I'd have to look at my pictures. I traveled a lot on my vacations. I mean, I was always gone for at least a month, and I would go places, and I would either run into people or meet people.
And Greg, this Greg we're talking about, he was like someone you were dating, or just a buddy? Or?
No, you know what? I would say we started out probably just buddies, and either I was with somebody or he was with somebody, but it was kind of like we ended up just kind of being like brother and sister. And maybe he wanted something more, but it never worked out. But we did things together. I would consider him. I've probably known him. Let's see, I've been on the job almost 26 years. I've probably known Greg 23, 24 years.
So you still talk to him?
Oh yeah, he's dying of liver cancer right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, I consider him a good friend. I don't know what to tell you on that.
I mean, when you heard about John's wife being killed, I mean, what was your reaction? I mean, you thought you heard about what through a friend or in a bulletin or
either
something?
a friend or a bulletin. I called the family. I called maybe some of his friends that I knew, and I mean, obviously it shocked you if I heard it at work, which I may have. I faintly remember a bulletin going around. Either that or somebody called me. I also don't remember.
Right.
And then I probably called his family. I don't know initially. I can't say if I initially spoke to him or not. I honestly don't remember. I may have said to somebody, hey, have him call me if he wants to talk. and then he may have done that. You know,
Do you know what the circumstances were regarding her death?
Geez, let me think back. Geez, I don't know if it was, you know, if it was a burglary or something. Yeah, it's been so many years. I can faintly think that I may have saw a flyer.
Yeah.
May have had her picture on it. You know, that's why I say, if somebody had called me, I may not have known what her last name was. I may have. Maybe if you told me, I would remember it.
You remember her first name?
Shelley, Sherry, I don't know, something maybe, you know, like I said, it's been so many years, and
from all the years, as far as you can remember, do you remember ever talking to her?
Well, I said earlier, you know, I mean, I may have, you know, I may have talked to her. You know.
You mentioned a hospital, maybe. You may have talked to her at a hospital.
Yeah, yeah, I may have. You know, I'm thinking back now. You guys are bringing up all these whole memories.
No, it kind of dust off the cobwebs.
You know, geez. I'm thinking that because we would date. He would date other people. I would date other people, and I think, you know, at one point, he may have been dating her, or I don't know. Maybe he was married. I don't even remember. And I'm like, you know what? Why are you calling me if you're either dating her or living with her or married to her? Because I honestly don't remember the time frame. And I'm like, come on, knock it off. And now I'm thinking I may have gone to her and say, hey, you know what? Is he dating you? He's bothering me. And so I'm thinking that we had a conversation about that. One or two, maybe. It could have been three. I don't want to say.
So just like 10 minutes ago, she wasn't even sure if she knew her, and now she thinks they had a conversation.
Well, and when she's referring to dating, like John never took her out on a date.
Right. It was like, it's 11 p.m.
It was behind the scenes.
I'm going to call her. Right. It's a booty call.
Yeah. He was not going to be seen in public with her in a romantic setting. She did attend, before he met Sherry, she did attend like one of his work Christmas parties with him. But there was like a group going, but that's when like you see a picture of him and her, and he's in a suit and she's like well, you can't really tell that she's in a dress. I'm assuming she's in a dress, but there's a picture of him, of Stephanie and John.
Oh, okay.
Where he's wearing a suit.
I'll have to look for that. I'll Google it. Look. Funny place where I froze it.
I had 3 conversations with her.
Like at her work or at their house or?
No, I'm thinking that he obviously must have told me where she worked. I'm thinking it was a hospital somewhere in LA, and I could have been.
Yeah, and earlier she's like, I don't know what. Oh yeah, now I think it was a hospital in LA.
And what year was that? Where was I working? I'm trying to think of where. When did you say they got married?
I don't know. I think it was like in 85 or 86 or something like that. You know, we just kind of picked this up. We don't know a lot about it.
So she murdered Sherry exactly 3 months and 1 day after they got married. And the day before she murdered Sherry, it was their 3-month anniversary, like wedding anniversary. And John brought Sherry 3 roses in a vase, and that was the shattered vase. She beat her in the head with that vase.
Yeah. Makes you wonder. This couldn't have been her first crime. You think?
Yeah.
I could have been working in Hollywood, it sounds like, if that's where I was working. So I could have said, okay, well, and I went and talked to her, and just said, hey, you know what? you know, if he's dating you, he's keeps calling me. Why don't you tell him to knock it off or whatever? And you know, because I probably would have told him to knock it off.
You would have
You know.
told John.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would have said, hey, you know, and again.
But you wanted to tell her too. You wanted them both to know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're getting called, and I'm faintly remembering when Scott moved in with me in 1993, sometime in '93, because I met Scott in April of '92. I was teaching DARE up in Oregon, and he moved down. In fact, he may have moved down in '92. 92 or 93, there was a big earthquake. No, when was the big earthquake? No, 94.
94, yeah.
So I think Scott might have moved into 93, sometime in 93. Excuse me. I haven't had my breakfast yet. And so.
She's burping.
Yeah, she's one of the dudes. So earlier she couldn't even remember what year she met her husband, but now she remembers it's April of 1992.
Excuse me. And so I faintly recall that John may have called a few times, and I'm like, hey, you know, he goes, look, can you talk or something? I'm like, you know, no, I can't talk. I've got, you know, I'm living with somebody.
Right.
You know, and that could have been a few times. It could have been once, could have been twice, could have been 3 times. Yeah, I don't know, you know.
And that's during the period of time of the earthquake that you're.
Well, no, probably after Scott moved in. I think I met Scott in April of '92.
Oh, okay, right before.
April of '92, because I stopped teaching DARE.
Someone said
sometime in '92.
What?
Someone said she was probably a serial stalker. So one of the stories in that book by Matthew McGough is that she had a personal trainer, and you know, like they worked out in a gym, and one day he's at his house and he had just smoked weed, and then he hears a knock at the door, and it's Stephanie and another female officer. And he never gave the personal trainer never gave Stephanie his home address. They just showed up at his house to hang out.
Oh, so she looked it up illegally?
Yeah, she looked it up illegally. But, and this was, I believe this was after the murder. But yeah, so she was probably stalking him.
Right. God, what a freak.
And when you say that you may have, you know, that you talked to his wife, said, hey, or, you know, I don't know if it was, I guess it wasn't his wife at that time, girlfriend or whatever. And
yeah, I don't know if it was his wife or his girl. I mean, quite honestly, I don't even remember.
When you said like, hey, you know, he's calling me, he needs to knock it off or what have you. I mean, was that civil? Was there, I mean,
oh yeah, no, there was not. I don't think there was anything. The conversation lasted a few minutes. I can't even remember. And what is it like? You know, we went out to lunch or anything.
Right, but there was no like arguments or fights or it didn't get heated or anything like that.
Not that I recall. No, I mean, I would think that would stand out. I would think. Now again, that's not standing out in my mind. You know.
So you didn't have any problems with her then?
No.
You didn't have any issues with her?
No, I mean.
But let me ask you. It seems like you didn't have any issue. Now, did she have an issue with you as far as because now you're telling her, hey, you know, tell them to stop calling. Now, you know, she's like, you know, you figure she'd be threatened by you.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
from what you remember, as far as when you talked to her, maybe you didn't take it as serious, but maybe, you know, did she? Maybe she was bugging.
You mean, like, was she throwing things at me or something? Or,
well, no, just,
you know.
As far as you're trying to explain, like, hey, have them stop calling me, you know, stop playing games.
You know, I tell you, if the conversation, I couldn't even tell you how long the conversation, if you said, did it last a half an hour? Did it last 3 minutes? Did it last 20 minutes? I can't even remember. It's been so long ago, you know.
You just remember talking to her, telling her.
Yeah, and that's why you said, how many times you talked to her? I don't know how many times I talked to her. Maybe it was once, maybe it was twice, maybe it was 3 times. You know, I honestly don't know.
Right.
I don't know what year it was. If he said, I met her in such and such year, I'd go, okay, well, I don't even know what year you met her. I graduated from UC in 1982. Okay, I graduated in 82. Like I said, I don't know if he graduated. I know he was a little older than I was, so I don't know if he graduated a year before or 2 years before, because people are on different, either on the 4-year program or the 5-year program.
What year did you come on the job?
83.
Oh, so almost pretty much immediately after you got out of school?
Yeah, I worked at a law firm for a year, and then came on the job. But anyway, in regards to seeing him, not seeing him, we went to friends' weddings that were, from UCLA. I may have gone to some of his friends' weddings from where he worked. He may have gone to things with me. Um, I mean, I don't know how many times we went to do things, or didn't do things.
Right.
Like I said, his sister. I know his sister, his brother, his sister. I know stayed at my townhouse a number of times. I couldn't tell you how many times.
Right.
I would watch his brother, take pictures at a basketball game or two.
Where was your townhouse at?
In Granada Hills, below the Odyssey.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. The 405 and the 5. The 405. The 405 turns into the 5. The 118. They came down in the earthquake.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And you're saying when you went to see her, do you remember if it was at her house or at the place she worked at?
No, I'm thinking that it was probably, for some reason, I want to say that the hospital seemed that, if you say he got married in 85 or something, I'm thinking that, maybe the hospital was on my way to work in Hollywood. I mean, that's kind of sounding familiar.
Would you have gone on duty?
So,
no, I'm sure I wouldn't have. No, I'm pretty good about not doing.
So she saw Sherry several times. So he just asked her, "Did you go on duty?" One time when in between Sherry and John getting engaged and getting married, so it was probably like about a 4-month span or so. They were living together before they got married. She showed up unannounced, and they lived in a highly secure gated community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she shows up with her skis, asking John to wax her skis.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Sherry is not happy about it, but John's like, "Oh, I'll wax her skis for her." And then
That's
she
so weird.
yeah, and then she came back unannounced to pick up the skis. I think I mentioned earlier that one time John was at work and Sherry's at home, and Sherry comes down the stairs and Stephanie is sitting on their sofa, excuse me, in her police uniform, and Sherry's shocked, like she broke in. This is another thing that they got from the diaries. One of her coworkers at the time, I don't know if this was in the file or if this information was gathered later, but in the months prior to the murder, Stephanie was showing off lock picking tools that she had bought.
Mm.
And in her diary, she wrote in there that she had read 2 books, and one of them was called The Complete Course in Professional Locksmithing, and the second one was called Modern Locksmithing, and it was lock picking books. So she got the tools, read these books, and learned how to pick locks. Because even if you were on foot trying to get into their apartment complex or their condo complex, you had to use a key to open up the walking path gates. That's how secure this condo complex was that Sherry and John lived in.
Do cops have something to get into a gated? I mean, they got to have something like for EMS, right?
I mean, if she drove in, she might have just used her cop credentials, and the guard gate guy's like, okay.
Yep.
But when she murdered Sherry, She drove off in Sherry's Beamer because Sherry's BMW was missing. They found it, I believe, like 10 days later, and it was not too far away. The keys were in the ignition and nothing was stolen out of it.
See, that would have never happened this day and age, right? With
Right.
GPS and the cameras and all that everywhere. And
Well, and
welcome to all the new members. Go ahead. Yeah.
oh, sorry. Yes, there's been Leslie's gifting memberships.
Yeah,
Welcome
I
to the
post a lot of
membership.
stuff during the day. I don't know if y'all can see past membership stuff, but anyway, welcome.
So there was
To
because
drive off in her car though, that is psycho.
yeah, so we have a very narrow window as to when the murder occurred.
Mm-hmm.
John left at 7:20 that morning, and he arrived at work at 8, just before 8. They knew their neighbors. There was a couple that were their neighbors that went on a walk at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and they saw that the garage was closed. When they returned from their walk at 9:45 a.m., the garage was open and Sherry's BMW was gone.
Yeah. Evil. All right. So just so y'all know, I had to open up like another YouTube window to chat because the StreamYard is just, it's not consistent. So I apologize.
Stuff. I mean, no, I'm not saying that, you haven't done stuff on duty, but
Yes.
I mean, I would have been working with somebody,
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't think. I mean, I try to avoid doing stuff on duty.
Oh,
So,
so you would have gone, if it was en route to work, you more than likely you would have gone to her work and had this discussion with her?
I mean, that's sounding familiar. I mean, that's, now that you guys are bringing this stuff up, I mean, that sounds familiar. But again, I mean, what's this got to do with me dating him and, her getting killed? I mean, I don't have anything to do with it. And you got something that's, somebody said, whatever. I mean,
Well, like we said, we just literally got this the other day, and you're going through it,
yeah.
and you see
And you saw me say,
your
oh,
name.
it's next door.
Right. And so, I mean, obviously it's like we recognize the name and we know that, you work next door to us. And so we're trying to get some background. We're trying to figure this out. I mean, this is from a long time ago.
Oh, I know. And
and things have been kind of slow for us. And so, Chief Beck has said, hey, I want you guys working. I don't want you just sitting around reading the paper.
Yeah.
So he's kind of pushing some older cases out even to the guys that work active cases because, and so we see this and we're just like, oh, well, we want to talk to you about it. But of course, the only reason we did it here is because we're getting into some pretty personal stuff in your relationship.
My husband's on the job, and we've been married.
We don't want to take the risk. We don't want to take the risk when one of those interview rooms, and even when the door closed, someone's going to get supplies and sees us on a monitor, or hears or whatever.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate it. Like I said,
that's where people go when there's orals. When they're doing orals, guys will go in there and try and watch. Like, what are the answers to the questions?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we just want to afford you the most privacy and confidentiality.
They're doing a really good job building trust, like just trying to talk that lingo, don't you think? I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's hang out. Row. Hey, ex baby, wax my skis. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing is that okay, so Sherry was murdered on February 24th of 1986, and Stephanie took off days between the 21st and the 24th and returned back to work on the 25th.
Oh, that's right. I read that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, oh, okay, maybe these guys are on my side. Like she's not sure, but she just keeps talking.
Yep.
We could.
No, I appreciate it. Like I said, I mean, this goes way back, and I mean, it was very sad. Obviously, I haven't, when we were in college, some of us would go down to his house in San Diego. I went down to his house with him, with him. I know I'm trying to think of some other people that may have gone down.
Is that where he grew up? Is down there?
Yeah, down in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
I know his dad was a professor at San Diego State. I don't know if he still is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to his sister. Don't know what happened to his brother. you know, I'm sure his dad's probably retired by now. He was, I think, older, even back then.
Right.
And I,
Too bad they didn't have Google in the 80s. Imagine what her Google searches would have been. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, well, and John still didn't want her after she killed his wife.
Right. He just went to Hawaii and had sex with her, and that was it. But John never wanted her. It was just, you know, it was a booty call. I mean, that's the nice way of saying it. I mean, what else do y'all call that? Y'all can comment, but that's what I used to call them with my girlfriends when they would say, "Oh, well, he called me late." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a booty call."
Yeah. And he's never taken her out.
Yeah. Yes, Rabbit. I believe when she leaves the room here, don't they arrest her because they've already done the DNA stuff?
Yeah, she actually walks off, like at the very end. She walks out of the camera and like
And
they
you
have
can
her
hear
down the
her.
hallway. You can kind of hear it, but then they bring her back in
Mm-hmm.
and read her rights.
Right. So they ask her for DNA, and she's like, "Well, I don't know," but they've already got it because they had taken her cup and straw from the Costco trash can.
Taterbug said we call them a piece of ass.
Oh, pizza bath. Okay. Yeah. Booty call is all I can think, but I feel like, I don't know. That's all I can think. But I went to like I was in college in the 90s in the South. I mean, I don't know.
I can't even tell you the last time I had any contact with any of them. It's been so long.
Did he tell you what happened? Like what he heard from the detectives or the police or?
You know what? He may have, for some reason,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that, I mean, again, this is like drugs or something. I mean, I think I faintly remember him mentioning something maybe about cocaine.
That she was involved with that?
You know, I don't know that he said she was involved or they thought she was.
Oh, now trying to throw drugs, kind of like the Adelsons, like Charlie and Donna with Dan. John Smith, you like the hide the sausage comment. So some of my guy friends back, like in my 20s, I'll never forget, like we would go somewhere and it would just be a lot of guys and they'd be like, "This is a sausage fest. Let's go somewhere else."
Yeah, they want to go where the chicks are.
Yeah. And I feel like they maybe said hide the sausage. I don't even know, but it's funny.
You know, again, it's been so long. He could have told me the whole story of what happened. And I mean, like I said, I'm faintly remember either between him or the flyer, that there was some kind of a burglary.
Let me ask you, did the detectives ever reach out to you?
No one's ever talked to me. I don't think anybody ever talked to me about him.
It seems like back.
I'm sorry to pause so much. I'll stop. But Karen wrote she was a buddy with a V. Yes. And has anybody here ever listened to on Sirius Dr. Laura? So I used to love to listen to her when I was in my car a lot when I was doing pharmaceutical sales. And I would have the Sirius subscription. I just don't do it anymore because I'm not in the car that much. And I would listen to it and she would like say, "All men are looking for is a warm place to put it." And that's basically what Stephanie was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm thinking that I did talk to a detective. God. Well, what division was it?
In Van Nuys?
So now she's not sure she talked to a detective. I can tell you right now, you talked to a detective about a crime you did. I'm pretty sure you're not going to forget it.
And where was I working?
1986.
I would have been working in Devonshire. You know, I'm thinking that I did speak to somebody.
Oh, really?
I couldn't tell you who it was.
Because it doesn't
It was
say
probably
anything.
on the phone.
Okay.
Would have been somebody in regards to this, or just?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't even know if you said a name if I would remember
she
it.
thinks
Because I
that they
worked Van Nuys
know.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I worked,
Detectives patrol?
no, I worked detectives.
Uh-huh.
When did I go to Van Nuys?
She is literally thinking, how am I getting out of this? She's just trying to kind of stall and come up in her mind, like using her training. That's my guess.
Yeah,
But
and she deflects a lot.
yes, she
Like
does.
they were asking her about John, and then she starts talking about all of John's siblings.
Right.
I worked Devonshire till 88. Then I went to Dare till 92. I worked twice at Van Nuys.
Both as detective?
Yeah. Sometime in the 90s.
I don't think Stephanie wore a
Yeah,
diaper. I mean, she
I
was
know
in
before
LA.
I busted my leg up, I was there in 98 because
No, that was
year
a
sticks
joke.
out because I had a really
Okay.
bad leg injury. And I was there prior to that, but I couldn't tell you what year. It was just a few years. I made detective, I think, in 93. So I was at Van Nuys, and then I
Is she like the Michael Proctor of women detectives? I'm sorry, but
went back, and then I had a leg injury, and then they transferred me to Devonshire because I couldn't drive.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't drive very far with my bad leg injury. So, but yeah, I think I talked to somebody.
Would you remember any of the conversation as far as what they were looking for? Or?
Couldn't say. I mean, they may have told me. I said, hey, I went to school with him. Either somebody called me or I saw the fly. I may have seen the flyer at that point, and I called up. If someone's name was on the flyer, I may have called to speak to them. I said, hey, if there's anything I can do, call me. This is where I work. I went to school with them. Couldn't say. I couldn't tell you who it was.
But you do remember that someone you think reached out to you?
You mean the detective?
Yeah, called you up and talked to you.
Or I called them, one of the two.
ooh, NCA 9364. That's interesting. They think she bit Sherry to get her to release her hand with the pew-pew. And without that bite mark, she may have gotten away with it forever. I would agree. I mean, what do you think? True crime?
Oh yeah. Yeah, without that
Mm-hmm.
the saliva from that sample, they wouldn't have had her DNA. She would have gotten away with it.
Scary.
But yeah, I remember talking to somebody, but I'm thinking it was a man. I'm sure there's probably more men back then.
Yeah, I think John led her on.
Yes, Jack. Do you think John enabled her, led her, gave her hope? I do. I think I would hope, but I would think John lives with a lot of guilt.
Yeah, he does. Have you ever heard his victim impact statement?
I did see that. He's a handsome man too.
They were a gorgeous couple.
Yeah.
Sherry and John, not this one and John.
Yeah. Sue asked how'd they get her in to talk. So she was a detective in art fraud, and they said they needed to talk to her about something that had to do with some art fraud case, and they needed to talk to her in this room at the jail, and they did that so that she would have to not be armed. It's pretty smart.
Oh, and I want to answer Pumpkin Porter real quick.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, so when Stephanie was convicted in 2012, she was sentenced to 27 years and was not supposed to go before a parole board until 2035. She actually went in front of a parole board in October of 2024, and parole was denied.
Yep.
Last year. I'm sorry. Yeah, a year. Well, we just
24.
entered 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Jean,
a year ago.
I said the same thing. She was a rogue cop. Wonder what other crime she's committed wearing that badge. I totally agree.
Yeah, I bet. So again, that's really all I can remember about that.
Yeah. Let me get back to as far as when you said that John was calling you to see you, and during that time you felt that he was either seeing her, was he engaged or married? Did you know?
Couldn't say.
You don't remember?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. My husband.
Did it ever appear?
Well, no, that would have been, Scott moved in '93, so that would have been, you said 86 or 85 or something.
Scott's your only husband? You've never been married?
No, never been married. I got married in, I think, '96. Oh, no, I got married in '96, but he moved in '93.
Mm-hmm. But during that time that you were seeing John, was he acting kind of squirrely or kind of sneaking around when he'd hook up with you or anything like that, to make you think, hey, yeah, this
He
guy
probably was. I mean,
because from the impression I get is you've known him a long time.
Well, let's see.
From what?
I met him in '78. No, I met him in school. I started UCLA in '78.
So you know him well during that period of time.
Yeah, I mean, was he acting squirrely? I don't even remember where he was living then.
Well, after.
I don't.
Well, let me ask you. After he hooked up with.
I mean, if he was living on Roscoe or wherever else he was living.
Right.
Well, after he hooked up with Sherry, do you know where they were living?
No, you asked me that already.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, obviously they were living in Van Nuys division.
Yeah.
I may have known.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did he ever give me the address? Maybe. I don't remember. I mean, I don't know.
Because the only reason I'm asking you again is because as we've been talking, I know some stuff has come to you because you're like, oh, it seems like you're So that's why I'm asking if you've ever been to the house.
And when you said Van Nuys division, I'm sure he could have told me. I mean, he could have told me. He could have told me where he lived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jack in the Forest, was it access to online records? I mean, whatever it was to track down Steph and their address. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of database or whatever they used back then. A
Yeah,
DOS system.
And to answer Jean P924, yes, Stephanie married a man named Scott Young, who was a fellow LAPD officer, and then they adopted a little girl.
Oh, that she adopted?
Yeah, that was an adopted child.
Yeah. Interesting. Plays that are the tangle web we weave. Mm-hmm. So I am just curious, with Michael McKee and Monique Tepe, do y'all think he had reached out to her recently or what?
Okay, did you see the press conference?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the answer that the police chief gave to that question?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, I guess they asked, like, the neighbors had said that they had seen McKee around the home in days before the murders.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked if Monique and McKee had been in touch, and her answer was no police reports from Monique had been received about McKee, but she didn't answer the other part about whether or not there were contacts between Mo and McKee or Spencer and McKee. And I mean, she did
yesterday, the press conference yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I don't know. I'm like, I don't even remember that.
Because she said she said a lot of well, we're not going to give out that information because we're trying to I guess the integrity of the investigation.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, real quick, True Crime Wifey has a channel, y'all, so subscribe to her. Kristen, thanks for putting it in the chat.
Thank you, Kristen.
And she does some fun chats and things, so I appreciate it. I was one of her first fans.
Yeah, Leslie was one of 3 who attended my first live stream.
Yeah, it was right before Dawn is supposed to be first trial. Okay. All right.
Would you ever have gone there?
I don't think I've ever gone there. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say, no, I've never gone there. And then you say, oh, I was at a party. Because I don't, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got these friends, we have parties, my house, their house. I just don't think John ever came to, again, at one point, because we knew people from school together. I knew different people. He knew different people. I knew people that he knew from his work, that lived in the valley.
So as far as for social events or
Excuse
anything,
me.
I mean,
No problem.
it's,
Sorry, hold on.
I mean, you're not sure if you ever been.
But it's safe to say that would have been the only time, like for something social.
Yeah, if I went there for something social, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Because I know you went to talk to her at the hospital regarding this issue with John, to kind of like, hey, what's going to happen here with this thing? But would this ever have followed up to her house when you went to talk to her to say, hey, you know what?
I don't even know that I knew where they lived. That's what I'm saying. I don't. If I knew where they lived and I'd been there, if it was for something social, I would. And I can't see how many times I saw her face to face. He lived on Roscoe. Did I ever see her there? I don't know.
Yes. So the author that wrote this book, according to his research, 3 years after Sherry was murdered, Stephanie went with Sherry's widower to Hawaii, and they, I guess, had a sexual vacation. Remember what
Yeah.
Dr. Laura said?
Well, yeah. And another thing is that in between asking Sherry to marry him and marrying Sherry, he slept
Mm-hmm.
with Stephanie and confessed to Sherry
When did he confess that to Sherry? Because it
after
was after
she
the
showed
wedding.
up. No, he
Oh.
confessed after Stephanie went and told her at the
Oh.
hospital in the short shorts and tank top.
I got news. If my fiance did that, I'd be like, bye.
Yeah. I mean, he was punching up with Sherry, in my opinion, like, meaning she was like kind of out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
And then to be messing around with this.
Right?
Oh, no problem riding shotgun.
This kind of reminds me, not to get too personal, but when I got a divorce back in whatever that was, 2007 or whatever, and my parents hired a private investigator, and because basically what happened was my husband at the time was away on a business trip, and the Marriott where he had checked out and was coming home, they called and they're like, "Hi, Miss blah blah blah. We were cleaning the room and we found a diamond necklace. Is that yours? So we can send it to you." I mean, can y'all imagine?
Oh.
And I am at home with like a little one, and I went in to I said, it is mine. Yes, please send that to me. And anyway, so my parents hired a private eye investigator. And yeah, we got all the goods. It's on a DVD somewhere. But where was I going with this?
Oh
Wait a
my
minute.
God.
The private investigator. Oh yeah, the private investigator calls me and he's like, "Hey, I am really confused because like I've met you and I'm looking at her and it doesn't make sense."
Oh.
It's kind of like Sherry and Stephanie. I mean,
Oh.
anyway, and I just need to just keep it at that. But that's a whole other, like, I could be a Lifetime movie, y'all, but it's all good. Like I'm in a great place. I have a wonderful husband now.
Oh, I mean, I may have seen her at his apartment on Roscoe.
Did you keep the diamond
I may
necklace?
have met her there.
So that became a huge negotiation and mediation. And
Oh,
let's
that's
just say that is how I got to have every Christmas, and he got our son on Thanksgiving. So because Christmas was a huge deal in our family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can handle Thanksgiving, but my parents, they were just like, oh my God, what is Leslie going to do with Christmas? So yeah, they wanted it back because that was how his paramour, it was a gift from her parents. I mean, y'all, it's a crazy story. It's a really good one. So, hey, maybe I'll do a members only chat one night about it. I think that's what I'll do. It's, let me tell you, the saying, there is no wrath like that of a woman scorned, and we'll just leave it at that.
We'll all tell our stories.
You know, I mean,
But you didn't have any issues with her, right?
no, I mean, you know, obviously, if he was dating me and dating her, I probably said, "Hey, pick," or something.
Fair.
Back
That's fair.
then, I can't say that we ever screamed or it's. I mean, he was a pretty mellow guy. You know, I think I was pretty mellow. I don't think we had some big, huge blow up to say, why we stopped dating or and I even think that when I was dating him, I was probably, like I said, I was probably going out with other guys and he was probably going out with other girls.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, would you remember if she snapped on you and just like, hey man, it's my man, you leave him alone, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff? Would you remember an incident like that? I mean, because that would be like, what?
Well,
The necklace was really ugly, but I did take it to a jeweler to ensure it was real. They figured out I had it because they tracked the FedEx package number, but I saved it till mediation. It's a really good story.
and maybe that happened. I mean, gosh, it's been so long ago. I mean, that's not ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm. Because the times I've seen you around at our office,
I'm crazy.
But you're always kind of like real. I mean, you seem kind of bubbly.
Oh, I'm.
John was an engineer. That was his job.
People think I'm really hyper, but I can get upset, and then I forget 5 seconds later. How guys razz you and you go, I mean, I've done that in the office, but it's like, and then I'm.
Yeah, I gifted like 30 memberships tonight, so make sure they're open. But I'll keep gifting them. I don't mind doing that. I mean,
Make sure
my membership's 99 cents.
Yeah. Well, and make sure that you guys
or $1.99. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure that you change your profile to accepting memberships.
Yeah, and if you don't know how to do it, just like type it into YouTube and there'll be a video that shows you how to do it. So.
I mean, people
water
think,
under the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people think I'm crazy, and then they think I'm crazy at home, and I'm a hyper person at work. I enjoy my job. I get excited. I enjoy the job. I've always enjoyed the job.
Well, you got a good gig, so.
So I don't know. It's like I said, this stuff's been so long ago. I'm sure as soon as I walk out of here, I'll go, oh shoot, it's 25 things I'll remember.
But you'll call us, or I mean, you'll just come over our desk.
Yeah,
and tell us.
Yeah, she has a child. So True Crime Wifey said they adopted a daughter. I didn't realize she was adopted. And Jack in the Forest, exactly. True Crime Wifey, thank you for explaining. You have such a grasp on these cases. She does.
Thank you.
Good job.
I don't know what else you need to know. Like I said, we knew friends together. A lot of the friends that that we socialized in the dorms, I would say, I mean, there was a group of us that we were all really close. I mean, even this one guy I was thinking of, Diana Basta. We were all really close. I haven't talked to her in a million years.
Diana Basta being a friend of you and John's, or?
Yeah, we all lived on the dorms together. I don't know if she lived on the same. I'm trying to think. I know John lived on our floor because his roommate was Dave Newman. Dave Newman now is a big shot.
Okay, everybody turn on their memberships, and I'm going to gift some shortly. I can't control who it gives to, but everybody go turn them on. I can't control who it gives to, so just know that.
Whatever, movie producer, director, something, I don't know.
And that was John's roommate?
Yeah, oh, and then the guys that lived across from me, Jim Jaskell and Roy Sakaboo,
Oh my
something
God,
like
she's
that.
remembering all these
They lived
names.
across from me. Diana
Okay,
Basta.
so
It's like Wendy. Yeah.
one thing is that when they were in college, I guess people called her quote prankster end quote, but when John was asleep in the bed in his underwear, she took photographs of him. That should have been like the big red flag for him. It's like
And he knew
if
this?
yeah, he knew about it because it was just so funny. Ha, ha. That's how she like that was like they called that a prank. Like I think that that's a violation.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if a guy did that to a woman.
Oh, yeah, they'd
Like,
be, mm-hmm.
and I understand that that was the 70s or early 80s or whatever, but it's still inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? He was, but it might have been after a night out. He got wasted or something and climbed into bed. But because she's now talking about like all of his roommates, which in the dorms, because they both stayed in the same co-ed dorm.
Wait, UCLA had I guess, yeah, co-ed
Yes,
dorms
they
in the
had
80s.
co-ed dorms, and he was a sophomore when she started in 1978 as a freshman. He's just a year ahead of her in school.
Mm. Wow. I hope I Googled it just a second ago. It says she's up for parole again in 2028.
It's crazy. California's crazy.
I
don't know
know.
if she lived on our floor. Maybe she was the RA. Diane Sherman, because I still remain friends with Diane Sherman. Not that I'm not friends with the other people, I just don't see them. A gal named Smita, Sally, Kathleen, so we were all on the floor. I mean, some of them were athletes, some of them weren't. I said John played basketball, his brother played basketball. I played basketball at UCLA for 2 years. One of the girls swam on the team, one was on the crew team. So we all did stuff together. And then I'd say after we all graduated, we went to weddings. I went to weddings.
But Sherry wasn't part of this circle.
No, I don't even know how he met her. I don't even know where. I mean, I don't know where he met her from. I don't even know. He told me where he met her from. I mean, he may have told me. That's not ringing a bell. And there was lots. I mean, there's just there was other people that knew other people. That were friends of everybody's. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, one of the concerns I had is looking at some of the notes is some of Sherry's friends said that you and her were having a problem because of the John situation.
Well, number one, I don't know who her friends are. Because again, I don't recall if he did tell me where he met her. I don't know even who these friends are. A problem. Like I said, if I spoke to her, I mean, I'll go on as far as a limb, and I don't even want to say I spoke to her 5 times because that's probably not even true. I can't even remember. Again, did I meet him at her place when he lived on Roscoe for I think quite a while, but I couldn't tell you how long he lived on Roscoe. And the only reason I remember the place now is because it's like a huge dope place now where they, it may have been back then.
Yeah, John married and they have a family. I don't know if they're still married. I'll look it up.
But, maybe we didn't know back then. I could have met her there. I could have, I don't even know that I met any of their friends. I can't say that. I don't know that that's a true statement.
Well, that's what I'm reading is that you guys have problems with each other and words are being exchanged and it's all relating to John.
You know what? I can't say.
You can't say?
No, that doesn't even ring a bell.
So, it seemed like, you would recall something if somebody's going off on you, right?
I would think. I would think.
Yeah, because it's.
But that's,
Because it seems like your relationship with John was kind of, you've known each other for a lot of years.
Yeah, it was just kind of, it was like,
But it doesn't seem to me, from what you're telling me,
I mean, we were never engaged. I mean, it
Right.
wasn't like we were planning to get married. You know, it was like, it was, I don't know how to describe it. I mean,
would you say there wasn't a lot
John
of
wouldn't
drama
even
in
call
this
you a
relationship?
no,
girlfriend.
I don't think there was drama. Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's why I'm asking, as far as what the friends are saying in regards to
Audrey, I'm sorry. I was hoping it would get to you. I have no control over it.
this, the problems that they're saying you were having with Sherry. I mean, it seems like the relationship is just going on an even plane.
that just, I don't have the recollection of that at all.
No.
No.
And because from what you're telling me is when you guys met at the hospital, I mean, you guys talked, but it wasn't, from what you recall,
I
confrontational
don't think so.
from either side.
I mean, I'm trying to, turn my memory back, and I'm trying, I can't even picture the conversation. I mean, I can't even picture the conversation.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, at the hospital, it never got to the point where people are going, hey, everybody go to your own corner type of thing?
I don't think so.
Nothing like that?
I don't think so. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if you say people said that, that's not ringing a bell to me at all. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's not ringing a bell to me at all.
Was there ever a time when you and Sherry were talking and John had to maybe go like, hey, you guys relax, or anything like that?
I think so.
About, ever going to her house and having a dispute like that?
I'm just, if I met her ever at his apartment, maybe. I mean, maybe I could have met at her apartment. I'm thinking that the hospital thing, that sounds familiar, that I met her there. I just can't say that I've ever, again, was I there with other people? I don't know. I don't think I ever met her there or him there, meaning one or the other. I don't think so.
Thanks, True Crime Wifey. Gonna have so many members. It'll be so much fun. I post usually once or twice a day.
Well, I can't. I don't think so.
Because I know the way my wife is. At our house, she wouldn't want my own girlfriends there, So I don't know if maybe she had the same mentality towards you, as far as you ever being there, or being welcome there, because it's.
You know what? If somebody said I was there when they were there, then that's possible. Mm-hmm. But I don't recall. I mean, I don't think so. It's not sounding familiar.
Yeah, because I guess basically what I'm asking is, were you ever welcome to the house? Like, hey.
Oh, come over?
Yeah, come on over. We're having a barbecue,
No.
Party, Christmas party, whatever.
He goes, my wife wouldn't want my ex-girlfriends at the house.
Yeah, I would be livid for sure. Yeah, she's like,
oh my
I
God.
don't know.
Yeah, if someone wants to get clotheslined, okay.
Right?
Like, what? Let's play Frisbee.
Yeah.
Like I said, because there were so many of us that the two Dianes, Jim Jaskell, Roy, Smita, this gal Smita, another friend of ours, Beth. It seems like everybody I know passed.
Jack of the Horse, good question. Is it fair to say that John caused some of or a lot of this? I mean, I do wonder if he had just laid it down earlier, would it have prevented all this? And by the way, there's like 17 minutes left of this.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And see, she was also in touch with John's mom.
Yeah.
Like she called John's mom. John's mom had sent her some pictures and gave her a letter or something. And it was a couple of months after she received this letter. She writes a letter back to John's mom saying, thank you for the pictures. Sorry it took me so long to thank you for them. And then basically pours her heart out to John's mom, like that she's so distraught that he's engaged. She thought that she would be the one. Like I almost feel like the family had sympathy for her or something. I mean, I don't know.
Right. And Neverly, you said, I think she was crazy. It was his choice. She was obsessive, maybe a restraining order. So here's my thoughts on restraining orders. I mean, do those, and I'm just curious. I mean, do they really work? Because if
Someone
someone
who's
is
gonna
that
break the law is not gonna follow a
right,
restraining order.
I mean, I get like, it might keep, it probably works to some degree, but when people are like, well, they should have had a restraining order, it's like, dude, they're a murderer. I don't know that that would have really changed anything. Anyway, okay.
Passing away. She passed away. She was a child diabetic and got very ill. We would all socialize. Like I said, I don't think John ever. It's hard. I don't want to say he never socialized with us. It's been. I'd have to almost go back and look at pictures, because I take pictures. I mean, I usually when I go to functions, I have 10,000 pictures. Okay, I'm a picture nut.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask, when you were seeing John, would you, I take it he would pick you up in his car, you go in her, your car, things of that nature, when you guys would go out?
Yeah, I mean.
Do you remember what he drove?
Well, I know at one time he drove either a 240 or 260Z.
Any other cars that stand out in your mind?
Oh my God, that laugh.
I don't know how long he drove that 240 or 260Z for. And the only reason I say that is because I think I may have a picture of it with him in it.
What kind of car did you have back then?
Let's see. What year?
Or are you like?
I think I'm just going to keep gifting until Audrey gets one. It'll be the 99 membership that cost me $200. But no, seriously.
Is Audrey still here?
I saw her comment, and I thought it was like the more you commented, the better chance you have. But it just shows it's all BS. But I wonder, Audrey, do you have it on to accept memberships? I don't know.
One of those young cops is like, oh, I got a paycheck and bought a new car.
Oh, no. I've only had like a few cars in my whole life.
So what'd you have when you came on the job?
Okay, well, my first car was a 68 Chevelle. 68 Chevelle. And then I had...
She has the most bizarre mannerisms. The way she like does her jaw, like, doesn't she end up saying she had a Toyota Tercel? I remember those. I had a social studies teacher I couldn't stand that had one.
My sister had one and I wrecked it.
Oh, man. But those
Never...
cars went forever. Those
I know.
Like the old Hondas. I had a Honda Prelude. My God, I would kill to still have that car.
Oh, yeah. My husband had a Honda Prelude when we met. That was the funnest car to drive.
It was my dream.
Zippy.
Yeah, mine was red and it was a 5-speed.
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
His was royal blue.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun to drive because I drove a Volkswagen Fox. So, of course, I was
sweet. Like... Yeah, my husband's a car guy. Like, he likes to dabble with them. And he's been looking at auctions. He's like, Leslie, those Honda Preludes now are like $17,000, $18,000. My parents paid like $7,000 for mine. But I think it's because probably so many teenagers totaled them. And there's just not a lot out there. But God, I would give anything to go like drive around in my old Honda Prelude.
Yeah, because if you rear-ended someone, you pretty much the front end was going up underneath their vehicle.
It had the little flip-up headlights, and I just remember, this is so awesome.
I know.
Oh my God, I can still picture the black and gray houndstooth, like little checker seats. And I remember when I turned 16, I got my license that day, and I that night I was like, oh, my back hurts. And of course, my dad's like, Leslie, I just went and checked your odometer and you drove 187 miles today.
You just drove.
I was like all over, like, yeah, let's go to Burger King. And
waving at people just driving by house.
But my parents, they still laugh about it. They're like, yeah, she drove 187 miles the day she turned 16.
Some kind of a Toyota
Mhm.
hatchback, but I forget what the name of it was.
Like a Corolla or Tercel or
Tercel.
something like that.
Tercel.
Yeah.
And then
My
I
dad
had
had
my
one of
truck.
Do you ever have any problems with your cars?
No
Like
four
what?
wheel. Mm-mm.
Just anything in general, car wrecks, anything stolen?
Yeah. No, my car's never been stolen. Oh,
Yes.
no, crashed, hit and run.
I totally miss driving a stick shift. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I mean, I loved it. And I remember I got it at like a little bit before I turned 16. And my dad said, you got 2 weeks to learn to drive it or I'm selling it. I had that thing mastered in about 2 hours.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
had a Honda Civic with
Oh,
the stick
yeah.
shift. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were
God, they
so
were
much fun.
awesome. And I love like like holding the clutch and the gas like on a hill. You know, it's just I haven't driven a stick shift in forever, but I
Do
would
they
love
even
it.
make them anymore?
It's a good
Because a lot of
question. I don't
trucks don't.
know.
A lot of trucks are like they're automatic transmissions now.
Yeah, it's a good question. I've heard though that a lot of the valet parkers, I mean, they have a lot of valet parking in Nashville just with all the new restaurants and stuff downtown. And when a car that's a manual like pulls up, a lot of the valet guys, they don't know how to drive
They
it
don't
or
know how to
park.
drive.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and
mhm.
you don't especially like
Mm-mm.
if you're going to dinner
Right?
because I'll bet you like the little sporty cars are stick
Yeah.
shift,
Yeah.
right? Like your
Right.
Lamborghinis or your
Sure. Yeah. I know. We've talked about like having a fun sports car. I'm like, it has to be a 5-speed because I just want to like rip through the gears, you know? Oh,
Um, uh, my Tercel was hit and run. Again, I got pictures of the hit and runs. And I don't think any of my cars had ever been stolen. No, my cars haven't been stolen. Broken into.
None of that, huh?
Oh yeah, my cars have been broken into. Um, you know, but no
Here we
cars have ever
go.
been stolen.
Mhm. Hold on. Well, tell me about this car getting broken into.
Now my car has been broken into several times.
Oh, really? Did you ever lose anything or?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, let's see. I had a gun that was stolen. I had other stuff that was stolen.
Not your duty gun, was it?
No.
That's good. Was it ever recovered?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Never been notified.
No. Car's been broken into, yeah, several times.
Where did that happen when your gun was taken?
Mm-hmm. Trying to remember. I'm sure you guys must know. Because my car was broken into in Ventura. I think in Santa Monica. I have relatives that live in Santa Monica and Venice.
Who lives there?
My uncle. Well, I had several uncles. Yeah, could have been Santa Monica, Venice. My car's been broken into in Ventura before. So.
Is your mom still around or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your dad?
Yeah, but I don't really have much of a relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you where he lives if you want to know.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, couldn't tell you.
Well, like I said, as we were looking at the case, and we had read the notes as far as from Sherry's friend saying you guys had problems or words, and they got heated. And the reason we're asking you is they had mentioned that an incident at her work had occurred, and they've also told us that an incident at her house occurred.
You know what?
And this is at her house during the period of time that they're married.
That's just not sounding familiar at all. I mean, you know what? That's just not sound. Again, if someone says that I was at her house and I had an incident with her, that just doesn't sound. Was John there? Did John say this happened? Because, and other people were there. I don't recall. I mean, it just doesn't sound, familiar.
And this is an incident where you showed up. You weren't supposed to show up, and things got heated.
At his house? That just doesn't sound familiar. I mean,
Nothing.
it's not sounding familiar.
So
Not at all.
now you're saying not familiar because it's just something
Well-
you remember, or
Well,
it's just
you know what? I'd have to say I don't remember, because I don't remember. That doesn't sound familiar.
I mean, would you
you know-
remember something like that in your life? If
Well, I would think, but
sort of drama involving, the other woman type of thing.
Did you ever fight with her?
you mean like we fought?
Yeah. Did you ever duke it out with her?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
You'd remember that, right? That would be pretty
yeah, I would think so. I mean,
specific.
yeah, like I said, I mean,
traumatic.
obviously, it just doesn't sound familiar. I mean, what are they saying? So I fought with her. So now, I mean, I'm getting the jump, the leap. Excuse me, I haven't eaten. They're saying, okay, I fought with her, so I must have killed her. I mean, come on. I mean, that's,
I don't understand why burping makes you're hungry and you burp. Usually it's you burp after you've eaten.
I think she just has acid in her stomach.
Yeah,
Um,
probably because literally she wants to crap her pants and it's backing up into her body.
Oh, God.
That would be an interesting study right there.
Oh my God. Hey, Stella, that is such a nice comment.
Yes, welcome. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna keep gifting them.
I don't even know who these people are. I can't even say I met any of these people. I mean, it's insane. If it happened, I honestly don't remember it. That's all I can tell you.
but I don't know. I mean, would it be something you would remember? I mean, because I don't know if any other intense incidents in your life that have occurred. I mean, you'd recall those, right? I mean,
Well,
like a use of force at work or car crash, something you're involved in, you'd be like, yeah, I remember.
you would think I would remember. I mean, I would think if it was something that crazy. I mean, I can't say. You say, how many fights have you gotten into? In your life. I mean, a few at work.
Well, fights at work are kind of
you know-
different because we've all had uses of force or whatever. But
Well, I
I mean,
haven't even had even a lot of those. I mean,
right. But
you know-
if you're actually,
I mean, I played.
like if Dan and I got mad at each other and we threw blows in the squad room, I mean, 20 years later, I would remember it. I mean,
I would
it would
think I
be
would
pretty-
remember it, but
pretty unique.
that's what I'm saying. That's not sounding familiar to me at all. I mean,
Let me ask you, I mean, throughout your life, would you remember the number of fights you've been involved in? And I don't mean kind of like a bump or something, just a physical fight where everybody's hitting each other, scratching, pulling, whatever.
maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Her stomach is literally like doing flips. You know how we joke that Wendy's drinking Pepto? She's wishing she had some Pepto. And welcome, Laura. Good to see you. And I'm happy that everybody's getting these memberships. I've been getting a little bit of nice ad income, so happy to share the love. And y'all can see did y'all watch my video today that I thought a black Suburban was following me? I'm convinced Harvey is following me. Like I have
No.
flashes of him every day.
Was it the one that was titled Paranoia?
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I know. My husband's like, Leslie, this is not healthy.
I mean, I can't say I've been in a lot. I played sports.
Yeah.
You get into scuffles there, and
Mm-hmm.
And you recall some of those, right? I mean, just
yeah, I can recall some of them.
games get intense.
But like I said, you saying this is just not ringing a bell.
Nothing.
I mean, but I don't know what to tell you.
Marcy, don't worry. I mean, I am a very aware person, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's just not ringing a bell to me.
It'd be something.
I would think I would remember.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you're in this,
I would think so too.
if you're in this other girl's house and
but
words are exchanged, I mean, you figure you recall
I would think.
Especially if it got physical, right?
Well, I would think.
And it's relating to, you know, a guy that you were dating, but
Well,
she's dating now, you know, and it's just
yeah.
kind of like a whole love triangle type of thing. I mean, you figure you'd remember that, right?
Well, I would think.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the personal
So-
trainer, Julia Nielsen.
I mean, I don't know what to still tell you.
No, because I'm looking at the notes and these people are
I remember a physical altercation I had in 7th grade at a bowling alley with a
Kinda.
girl over a bowling ball. I mean, literally got into a fight over it. But I still remember it, and you know, that was a long time ago.
I mean, they're pointing the finger at you,
Well,
and
Or close.
I mean, that's not ringing a bell to me. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it's I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that just sounds crazy to me.
yeah. So you offhand, you don't recall ever going into her house and having words and physically, you know,
No, I
attacking
mean,
her attacking you,
no,
nothing like that.
no. I mean, that's no,
Nothing.
no, no, not at all.
Okay. Well, on some of the on this case, you know, it occurred in '86, right? Detectives processed the scene, things of that nature. They did fingerprints and all that stuff. You know, you know the standards.
Mhm.
You've been doing this longer than I have.
Well, not about that. I got 26 years on, going on 26.
19. So, but you know, as they processed everything, they did the best they could at that time, and they looked at a lot of people and different things in this case. And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with, you know, with that.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this. Is that what you're saying?
We're trying to figure out what happened, Stephanie.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, do I need to get a lawyer if you're accusing me of this? You know,
you don't have to. I mean, you know, you're here of your own free will. I mean,
no. I know, but
I mean, you're not under arrest. You can walk out.
You can leave whenever you like.
Well,
but,
you know, I'm trying to give you some background of, you know, how I knew him, and now you're telling me that somebody's saying that we had this big old fight, and I don't even know what you're talking about. You know, and I don't want to, you know, get in trouble for something that I didn't even do, or you're saying I did something.
Okay.
We understand.
I mean, how would you guys like it if the tables were turned on you?
I understand. No.
No, that's what we're telling you. I mean, you're free to go whenever you want. If this makes you uncomfortable and you want,
That's when I would say, yeah, but Stephanie, I didn't murder anybody.
Well, now you're starting to make me uncomfortable.
The thing is, I mean, detectives did what they could at that time on the crime scene. Okay, and the burglary thing you're talking about, that is an angle that they looked at. But now we're looking at everything else on the case because nobody was ever arrested on the case.
I don't know that or not.
Okay. Now, what we'd like to do is, obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, you know, gets done on cases nowadays. You know, if we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe. Because now
because
now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
because I know how this stuff works. Okay, don't get me wrong. You're right. I have been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
And I wish I had been recording this because now it sounds like, you know, you're selling these people say I'm fighting with her, and now it sounds like you're trying to, you know, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. And now it almost sounds like you're trying to pin something on me.
No,
now I got that sense.
Well, what it gets to on these cases, and you know it as well as I do, our job is to identify and eliminate suspects.
I can't believe this.
So if we ask you to point,
yeah, she does get her pension.
DNA sample, a buccal swab.
Really?
We can.
Yeah, she was able to retire.
Would you be willing to do that?
Maybe. Because I know this.
Well, that's where we're at too. I mean, because right now, from looking at the evidence, it's, you know, it's possible we may have some DNA at the location.
That's great.
And we're going to do what we can to try to put this thing together. And your name's in the book. These people are pointing at you for whatever reason.
I don't know why. That's just crazy. I mean, that's absolutely crazy.
And it would be irresponsible on our part not to look at it.
I know. You guys have to do your job. and I guess I'm gonna have to contact somebody. So,
That's fair.
I mean, because I know how this stuff works. I
Sure.
mean, I just can't believe it.
I mean, we understand that. I mean, if we were in your position, I mean, we would feel the same way.
I just can't even believe it. I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that somebody would be saying that I did this. I mean, we had a fight, and so I went and killed her. I mean, come on.
Well,
that's
okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for giving me the courtesy. I wish I could record it.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Stephanie, take care.
All right.
She's in the background going, "This is crazy. This is crazy." See, they have other officers at the end of the hallway.
Interesting.
And so she starts walking back down, and then they're talking to her.
I wonder where her husband was at this time.
Like, and she didn't, someone remarked, she's like, "Oh, now you're going to pin this on me?"
Mm.
Christina says something sure is crazy.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen, Audrey.
Oh yeah. So at CrimeCon, the bag they gave us had Chris Hansen on it. I'll see if I can find it. I'll show you. They're whispering Miranda, aren't they?
Uh-huh. Yeah, and they were like,
I'm going to show the bag on the camera. See, it's CrimeCon.
This is absolutely crazy.
Have a seat, Stephanie.
have a seat.
Give me 1 second.
Why does she get her pension? I thought that Donna doesn't get her Social Security. I guess that's different.
After she was arrested, LAPD allowed her to retire early.
I'm telling y'all, she probably did the whole department.
Okay. Stephanie, you know you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes.
Nothing you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have the right to the presence of an attorney before and during any questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you free of charge before any questioning if you want. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you want to talk to us right now?
No.
All right. Okay.
This is crazy. This is I'm like in shock. I'm totally in shock.
Yeah.
Well, they already have her DNA, Top Cat.
Right. So how do they do that though without like a warrant or what? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess they just get it out of the public trash. Isn't that kind of what happened with Kohberger and also the serial killer in New York from the pizza crust?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, they might have a warrant right now to get her DNA again, just to prove it. But how they connected her with the case was that they went in plain clothes. See, she didn't know these guys. She did know the cold case guys, the Barba and Nuttall.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't really know these guys, which are Jaramillo and Stearns.
Right.
And
Fresh blood.
yeah, and then there were 2 other guys in their division that I believe were the ones that were following her at Costco. One was Martinez, and I cannot remember the other guy's name.
Uh,
but
Melvin says, no right to
watched.
privacy for items in trash. Yeah.
Right,
Right.
and they watched her, and
Mhm.
as soon as she dumped that cup and straw, one of them kept their eyes on it,
Yeah. I'm
and
telling
then
y'all,
she
she got the
left.
hot dog combo at Costco. It's literally like $1.50.
Yeah, same at Sam's.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, it's like 89 cents for a frozen yogurt at Sam's.
So she got like, 89 cents. The Sam's all around here closed. But we used to have a Sam's and a Costco membership. I liked Sam's because it had like more grocery items, which was good with teenagers. She got like 26 years to life, which I don't really understand that sentence. But then she was
She got
eligible for parole, but then she didn't get it.
Well, when she was first sentenced there, she was credited 1,000 days because it took her 3 years to get to trial. So basically 3 years she was sitting there. But when she was first sentenced, it said that she wasn't going up for parole until 2034. But
Mhm.
somehow she was up for parole last year in October of 2024.
Because
So I
she's
don't
like
know
a
how.
model inmate.
Oh, yeah. Well, she also was the model, quote unquote, employee. She was one of the only employees with LAPD ever that never had any type of reprimand.
Interesting.
She
And
was
she
a
did
she was
confess.
the Oh,
She
I'm sorry.
confessed
Yeah.
a couple years ago. She confessed.
Yeah, she confessed, and maybe that's the reason why they let her go in front of the parole board.
Mm.
She
So
confessed in 2013 in
yeah,
November of 2023 she confessed.
right. Because I think she just did that though for the parole board because they want to see
Of course.
remorse. Don't you think?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So we'll watch the verdict. It's just like a minute. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was a brutal killing.
Yeah. She found Jesus in the big house. That's right. That's what she
Oh,
said.
gee. Oh, geez.
This lady grabs it just like it's another day at the office. Like, yeah, I'm just about to read a guilty verdict.
People of the state of California versus Stephanie Eileen Lazarus. Case number BA 357423. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony, as charged in count 1 of the information. We further find the murder was of the first degree. We further find the allegation that in the commission of the above offense, the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, personally used a firearm, namely a handgun, within the meaning of Penal Code Section 12022.5, subsection A1 to be true. This 8th day of March in the year 2012, juror number 9, foreperson.
I mean, that's really it. Then they just kind of poll the jury. Then let's see. This was on the news more recently.
Story that made national headlines. A Los Angeles police detective found guilty of murder. Eyewitness News covered this horrific case extensively. Prosecutors say Stephanie Lazarus didn't commit a crime of passion, but a deliberate killing. And now, years after her conviction, Lazarus won't be granted parole. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda has new reaction.
Stephanie Lazarus will not be released from prison, at least for now. A panel decided to rescind her parole. Experts say it's a unique case.
This was a crime not of what we could consider usually passion, but
There's my boy.
a crime of planned liberation. I mean, she stalked her victim. She planned it. This was an execution-style killing.
Lazarus was an LAPD detective at the time, arrested for a murder that took place in 1986.
Detectives assigned to the Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery Homicide Division, Cold Case Squad, arrested Los Angeles Police Detective Stephanie Lazarus.
They say Lazarus killed 29-year-old Sherry Rasmussen. Rasmussen had married Lazarus's ex-boyfriend just 3 months earlier.
I'm really shocked that somebody would be saying that I did this. I mean, we had a fight, and so I went and killed her. I mean, come on.
Under interrogation, Lazarus walks out of the interview and is arrested. She is tried in 2012, found guilty, and sentenced to 27 years.
Oh my God, her eyes.
I mean,
Today she was at
look at that crazy stare.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I mean, that is.
Well, she was following Sherry around dressed as a man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Sherry told her dad, but this man, I think it's a woman, and they've got crazy eyes.
Yes. Yes. She knew.
And that was before she went to the hospital and said, I just slept with John.
I just have to think she's done something. I just can't imagine this is the only thing she's ever done.
Today, she was at the California Institution for Women in Corona for a parole hearing. Lazarus told commissioners she studied the Bible and got a master's degree in divinity studies.
I mean, that looks like when I would go on a mission trip and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to be here. That prison looked awful. How old is this interview? I don't think it was that old. I'll have to look. But this was just like a couple years ago or last year, maybe.
Yeah, it was October of 2024.
Yeah, so a little over a year. I don't know what else she's done, but she's crazy.
She added, "Today I have learned that I cannot control anyone but myself, and I am responsible for my decisions." Rasmussen's husband, John Rutan, told commissioners Lazarus has lied before. The inmate has exercised her rights to the fullest, but has never done the right thing. This is not a typical criminal rehabilitation. I am asking that this grant of parole be reversed.
She's only served 15 years out of a sentence that had an exposure of life for her. So I think they're thinking to themselves, maybe despite her conduct in prison, the fact that she does appear to be a model inmate, this is the type of case that they want to take another deeper look at.
There will be another chance for parole. Lazarus will be set for another suitability hearing within 120 days. I'm Carlos Granda, ABC.
Yeah. And then I looked and the next one is 2028. So that's scary that this is 26.
I know.
It would be sick if she got it out.
Well, the kinds of things that she was doing to crawl up the ranks really quickly at LAPD was she raised money for a daycare fund, like a reliable daycare for officers.
Wow.
Of course, she did the DARE, right? The Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. And then, she volunteered to be on the Family Feud and answered some questions. She was always involved in these extra things. This is another thing that she did. And this is, I believe, I can't remember the timeline, but I think it's before John and Sherry got married, maybe after they were engaged or before they were engaged, because, she threw John a surprise party.
What?
Yeah, she threw John a surprise party. The document said that it was his 25th birthday, but that would have been actually 1983. So I believe it was his 26th birthday party in September, and he brought Sherry whatever the ploy was to get him to the surprise party. But she also was on some sort of fundraising volleyball team, and she was telling the other players that John was her boyfriend.
Master manipulator.
Yeah, and it looks like Julia Nielsen's here. Oh, and I see Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Hey, Steph.
Oh, you're here?
Yeah, I saw her come in a few minutes or a couple minutes ago. But
welcome.
Julia Nielsen is very knowledgeable about the details around this case too.
Yes. Yeah, Julia, before you got here, we played the little Family Feud clip. The good old days. Yeah, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Yeah, we were talking about that. What is with all the murders on game shows? But we think it's just like a narcissistic trait. They all like that attention. But this was good. I've enjoyed kind of like covering these women. See, I think women are the most manipulative of the two, right? Don't you?
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Okay, so John Rutten, he kind of reminds me of Mark, I wanna say the name correctly, Mark, Gerardo. Have you ever heard of the Jenner Gerardo killing Meredith Chapman and then killed herself in 2018?
I don't think so.
And, like, Mark and Jenner were together for 28 years and married for 25 years, and she lost her job, and they were living in South Carolina, and then he went to go apply for a job somewhere north of that. So I can't remember exactly where, maybe, like, Virginia or no, Delaware. It was Delaware. And he meets a woman named Meredith Chapman who is very impressive. She's 15 years younger than him, and he interviews with her and they fall in love. But he's still like stringing his wife along, his wife of 25 years along. And on the day that Jenner murdered Meredith Chapman and then also killed herself, still on that day, like, he was still like, there was documentation or letters or messages where he still hadn't made his mind up as to which woman he was gonna be with. He goes around. Okay, I know a lot of people, well, I don't wanna say a lot of people, but there's been channels that I've been on when this has been the topic of discussion, and, I've been in chat, and he goes around and does, like, motivational speaking now about
Hmm.
being a man that lost both of the women that he loved. It's
Wow.
literally ridiculous, in my
Mm,
opinion. Sorry, because he
mhm.
was stringing them along, and I mean, John Rutten is not as bad in my opinion as, Mark Gerardo, but that might be something that
Right.
you would wanna look into
I'll
because
have to look.
it's crazy, and there's also recordings, like,
Mm.
Jenner recorded herself, like, talking like, I mean, oh, it's super creepy. Thank
Bob
you,
says,
John Smith.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Women are awful. I've worked in healthcare 20 years. Love my patients, but coworkers are just nasty. Ditto. And nurses. I'm just gonna tell you, I work with a lot of
Oh,
them.
mhm.
Um, yeah, yeah. Chris Hansen's there. You're screwed. Yes, we all love True Crime Wifey's new mic. Absolutely.
Yes. And thank you,
Well,
John, for
yeah.
helping me troubleshoot it today
Yes.
earlier.
Thank you, John. And thanks to everybody for being here. This was fun. So listen, if y'all want to do like what True Crime Wifey is tonight, you don't have to show your face, and you want me to send you a StreamYard link, you need to email me. I think it would be fun to do a live and like we have a discussion. I enjoy this. It's really hard to just talk to the camera and read chat. Like I don't find that fun. So I saw a couple people mention it earlier, but if you go on my YouTube, it has the email. So there's also a Discord group that Neverly and Riding Shotgun are managing because I don't want anything to do with it, but there is one. But thank you all, and thanks, True Crime Wifey, for
Oh, no
bringing.
problem. Thanks for
Oh,
inviting
wait,
me.
we have to play the song before we go.
Okay, wait, hang on. I wanna ask a question to the chat before we get
Yeah.
off. Did anybody count G's? Have
Oh,
I
yeah.
checked my pictures? It's been a million years ago. I don't remember anybody count any of those.
Yeah. Did anybody? There were a
It's
lot.
okay. There it's okay. If you did, there's probably a lot of hash marks.
And I did want to read y'all. So today was Allison's dad's
Yes.
I guess it was at the arraignment. She said arraignment did occur today with that attorney Horngrad retained. Bail hearing is set for February 5th No bail until then.
Right.
Preliminary hearing scheduled March 6th, although that date could change. So I just thought I'd let
Oh my God, I can't believe this. I believe that the truth has a way of coming out.
Okay, so we think